Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Open Table. I'm Adelia. Normally Ferris is here. Unfortunately, Ferris can't be here tonight for our New Year's hangout, but we do have some special guests that are here with us. First off, it's VIDEODREW, Nerd Chronic, and the doggies. Hi, guys.
Tammy. Hey. It's Tulpa. See, it's Tulpa.
Hi, Tulpa. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. I thought today was New Year's because we were doing this thing tonight, and so I was pretty sure that today was New Year's.
Yeah, a couple days early for the New Year's hangout, but
she was like, "Oh man, like it's already New Year's."
I was like, "Time flies."
Yeah.
I was like, "We're gonna be at midnight. We're gonna be popping champagne or apple juice, apple cider." Oh, can I just bring this up?
What?
My theory today about what Old Lang Syne should really be used for.
Old Lang Syne.
And this song, First of all, I forgot the lyrics. Second of all, I think that somebody, maybe Eric, should mash up like the final episode, like all of Loki, basically, but like using the final imagery of Loki to like with like the song Auld Lang Syne because it sounds like for all time.
Yeah, like the translation is like for old time's sake or something like that.
Yeah, for all of old times,
Yeah.
for all of old times, and
Yeah.
I think that like it
Like
sounds a lot of
saying
for all
goodbye
time.
to the old timeline.
But also, like, for all time. Wasn't that their catchphrase in the TVA?
For all time, always.
For all time, always. This
Yeah.
is for all old time. And so, like, you could end with, like, a shot of his face, like, you know, in the finale, and it's, like, playing that song, and it'll be, like, that Charlie Chaplin movie, where it's, like, he's, like, listening in on the party down below, but he can't, like, participate. Anyway, I just thought that'd be really cool for Eric to make that video.
Yeah.
That would be cool, yeah.
I was thinking there's not that many, like, Auld Lang Syne, like remixes, like not dubstep. There's not
remixes. No, there's a lot of covers stuff like from lots of people. But, like remixes, I don't think so.
There's no epic cover of Auld Lang Syne.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It looks like we have a couple other people here to join us. First off, it's Brennan. Hi, Brennan.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey.
Good. Hi, Eric. Hi, Drew.
Hi.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good.
And we also have Chris. Hi, Chris. How's it going?
Hi, Chris. Long time no see.
I know.
We just recorded a podcast about Gremlins together.
Ooh. Gremlins.
Which I saw it for the first time on Tuesday.
Gremlins 1 or Gremlins 2?
Gremlins 1. It was the first time I'd ever seen it.
Okay, watch Gremlins 2. Like now. It's
I've heard that I should.
Yeah, it's a very different film tonally, but I'm a big fan of Gremlins 2.
But I discovered something today, Drew, that I think is right up your alley.
Oh, yeah?
So you like Spirited Away, right? Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli and all of that?
Yes, but for a second I thought you were going to say Spirit Halloween, which is another Nick Lutz song, with the Gremlin song. So, yes, I do like Spirited Away. I do like it a lot.
On Max, they have 2 different versions of it. It's the same play, different actresses. In Japan last year, they did Spirited Away live on stage. And they have recorded versions of both actresses on Max right now to watch.
That is very cool. When they did the live version of The Boy and the Crane with Heron, the Barber and the Heron, where it's like Robert Pattinson on stage acting like a total psycho freak.
Dressed as a bird.
I'm going to be so into that.
Sounds good to me.
Sorry?
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy. How's it going? Jeremy's in the chat. Saying
Jeremy.
Hi.
I'm going to go and tweet about this. Not tweet. X about it. X.
Yeah, what is the tweet version on X?
Oh, it's called tweet because what Elon Musk says that I should do.
Yeah. I get so confused about what things are called on there now.
Speaking of what things are called, I hope everyone saw my Andor tweet today. Yeah. Speaking of Twitter and Andor and what things are called, I referred to the Andor. What's his name? His gun. I was like, I don't. That's the only thing I don't like about Andor is his chode gun. And then I was like, excuse me, chode blaster. And I realized like, oh, that's really worse to call it chode blaster. But you know how like it's like really like stumpy and like girthy. Like I don't like the gun at all.
That's a Briar pistol to you.
It's a 20 Briar pistol that it was originally Clem's. No, I know. I just don't like it. Chode gun. Anyway,
Let's see. We got Jake Yakavetta in the chat saying, "What up, party people? How you doing tonight, Jake?"
Hey, Jake. Let's see.
Jeremy says they call it a post now, but everyone still calls it a tweet.
It's funny when I looked it up. When I looked it up, I just saw the word everywhere, and I was like, "Oh man, Kyle Katarn's all over this." And I realized that is a character. It's a good thing character.
I was going to say that. Yeah, that's a very important character.
Yeah.
How's it going, William Harold?
Hey, William. Chode guns are the best. I mean, it's gross looking, and I realize it's not even a gun. There's like 10 different types that look like that. Some of them even to children.
Oh, okay. I just looked up at chode mint, and now I need to wash my brain out.
I mean, that is. I really wish you had.
I need to go wash my brain out with soap.
It's a gun. That's what it means.
Yeah, it just means that like it's the type of gun that he has, and it's gross, and I don't like it. Or blaster, sorry, chode blaster.
Gosh, Drew, you're something.
Anyway, what have you guys been doing for the holidays?
Yeah,
I just showed a friend of mine the Lord of the Rings trilogy for the first time. We finished watching Return of the King today. He had never seen them, so.
Which one is that again? The spider?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Spider?
Sheila.
Yeah, Sheba spider, and then there's the part where they corridor and.
Okay, really quick, fun Drew game that I like to play on occasion. Drew, can you name the members of the Fellowship?
Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, what are your names for them?
Gandalf.
Oh, this should be fun.
Elvish.
Okay. Elvish.
Jonathan Rice Myers.
Okay, John Rice Myers.
Yeah, right.
Ron Welshman.
Okay.
Yeah, Hugo, Bossman. Hugo, Mr. Guy from the Matrix, Mr. Black, Mr. Agent Smith.
Well,
Agent Smith.
That's right.
Is he there, or is he just on the side?
Well, he's not in the Fellowship.
Did I name the guy who was like, "I give you my axe sword"?
John Rice Myers.
Okay.
You said him.
Oh yeah. The Game of Thrones dude. It's like Balin Greyjoy. No, it's not that one. It's
Balin Greyjoy. That's great.
I want to see these people in a fellowship together now. I kind of really do.
I do too. Yeah.
And then Bing Rames. Bingo.
Bing Rames.
Bing Rames.
Yeah.
No, the other guy who sounds like Bing Rames. Vigo the Carpathian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, Vigo the Carpathian. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, and then the Jolly and Pippi and Sue.
Pippi. Yeah.
And Samwise Gamgee.
You forgot Pippi Longstocking.
Samwise Gamgee and Bilbo?
Yeah, Bilbo. That's right.
I was like, yeah, wait, you said Bilbo, right? No.
Okay, I was like, it's not dildo.
And that is our fellowship.
Hi, Brandy.
Good night, everyone.
That's everyone in there.
Okay, so yeah, and then I know that what's his name? Keith Urban is not in that group, but he's in.
Keith Urban is not in the group.
Keith Urban is not in Lord of the Rings.
He comes
later. Keith Urban's in the last two movies. He's got the brother that is another dude or sister.
Your closest Carl Urban.
Keith Urban. I want to see Keith Urban in this now too.
They're both Australian, right? Like.
I don't think so.
What do you mean? You don't think Keith Urban's Australian, but he's married to Nicole Kidman? But you don't think he's Australian?
Is Keith Urban Australian?
That'd be crazy if they just lived in Australia.
Keith Urban is Australian, yes.
I was going to say, Adelia, how cool would it be to have Nicole Kidman playing Eowyn? I'm just saying.
That would have been good.
She should be playing that the hot elf with the side piece queen. The queen elf with the side piece. Ladriel.
Ladriel?
Yeah. Saint
the
Maud.
side
We
piece?
can't. No,
Well,
we can't
okay.
kick Kate Blanchett out. No, we cannot kick out Kate Blanchett.
But I do wonder to see her go head to head with Saint Maud and see which one comes out ahead. We could just replace her with Tilda. I mean, no one's gonna notice. I'm just kidding. No, that is some disrespect on Kate Blanchett's name. I'm not sure if you
I
guys
think
know
I
about
think
it.
we should have video
Oscar-winning
Drew.
actress Kate Blanchett.
Lydia Tarr is how we actually refer
Yeah,
her.
I think video Drew should be on every Lord of the Rings podcast now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Absolutely.
there's Legolas, there's
We'll
Vlad.
have to write that down. Jolly and Pippi.
Side
That's
piece
the-
queen for the
Oh,
win.
Cersei and
yes.
Angelica. Pippin and Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. You got it.
Samwise Gamgee.
Jeremy wants Keith
Oh,
Urban
yeah,
in the
just that
AMC
he's
commercial
in
with
the
Nicole
AMC commercial,
Kidman.
yeah.
I'd like the AMC commercials to end.
Here's a fun
No,
fact.
I just got my backpack.
Here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
I never had to sit through one of those because I never went to an AMC recently.
Oh.
I've never sat through one of them either.
I
I closed my AMC before they started airing.
Whoa, that's crazy, guys. You guys have never seen The Pledge? I wonder if that's
I mean,
copyright.
I've seen clips of it.
I mean, clips of
I've
it.
seen-
Clips of it on Twitter.
Long. I can
Yeah,
recite
no,
the whole
I've never had to sit through the AMC
Okay.
commercial thing.
Guys, because this is a new experience for you, I'm just going to read the pledge. A lot of
Oh,
my
no.
holiday gifts this year are just literally just AMC t-shirts with the entire pledge written out or parts of the pledge written out. And I also
I
got
remember you showing me those.
and the limited edition drop. We actually got two of the AMC Nicole Kidman Loungefly backpacks, which is amazing. So here's the whole pledge. So you just have to imagine there's 2019 movies playing from 2019 and before playing in this also, but it's mostly her in empty movie theaters. So
Mhm.
he goes, after Don't Run from movie promo, a pair of heels should step into the AMC puddle. Please, if you're comfortable, stand up and recite the following with Nicole. We come to this place for magic. We come to AMC theaters to laugh, to cry, to care. Because we need
Kiss
that,
Sled Ducks goodbye.
all of us. That indescribable feeling we get when the lights begin to dim and we go somewhere we've never been before, not just entertained, but somehow reborn. Together. Dazzling images on a huge silver screen, sound that I can feel. Somehow, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best part of us, and stories feel perfect and powerful because here they are. AMC theaters, we make movies better.
It sounds like I think Tolkien.
Can we set
wrote
that to music, like to the national anthem too?
I
mean,
think
this is
Tolkien wrote
pretty
that. I
music.
think that's
We can say it to all Lang Sang.
I think that's one of Tom Bombadil's quotes from Lord of the Rings or something.
Who? Is he the
Tom
guy
Bombadil.
that who
He's not in the movies.
is he the guy that fighting with the other warlock guy?
No.
Is he the bird?
No.
He's not in the movies.
Okay, hold on. Let's
He's
go
in
back.
the books.
Is he
He's not in the movie.
okay? Is he in the prequel?
He's not in the movie.
Okay. Is he
He's only in the books.
okay? Stop. Let's go back. Is he the guy that fought the trolls?
No.
No.
Okay. Does he live in a forest and he's like a high stoner dude, like the dude from Big Lebowski? And
Yes.
funny little
Yes.
hat.
That's correct.
And he's like an self-insert character.
Basically,
Yeah, okay.
Well,
The Mary
I
Sue
don't
of
know
the cool. So I know who he is.
played by Video Drew. Right.
I'm pretty sure he's an SCP.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like an SCP. He's like a character that's like he's like the god character in the SCP universe.
You heard it here first. Video Drew as Tom Bombadil.
Yeah. But more like my dad and like the big Lebowski dude. Also he likes Lord of the Rings and I find it fine. I find it fine. They walk around a lot. You know what? I don't like walking, and I don't like guys being friends.
I think as William Harold points out, a stoner in the forest doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah.
They're all basically stoners in the forest.
He's basically a Yaleman. I understand. He's like the pacifist who's like not. He's like, I'm not going to tell you which side is right and which side is wrong.
Yeah, that's basically what he is.
I think Sauron's wrong. And he's like, no, I'm not. Who am I to judge? I'm
He's
not.
like the Bendu. He's like the Bendu from Star Wars Rebels.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Julie Bindo?
The Bendu.
Mate, is this like what did they say last night on the Family Guy Shawshank thing where he's like, oh, General Grievous sick.
Yeah.
They actually did a really funny Family Guy. We just watched Shawshank recently, and they did a really funny basically like, you know, not shot for shot, but like they did like a parody of Shawshank Redemption that was pretty like, you can tell when Seth MacFarlane cares about a movie, and he like actually takes like moments in the film and just has people like recite lines that are basically one for one. But there's a really funny part where like the warden comes down and Peter's like doing his carvings, his stone carvings, like
in the parody, he's making Star Wars characters instead of chess pieces.
Yeah, and he's like,
rocks.
Yeah, and the warden's like, I'm a pretty corrupt guy. I just think you should come work for me. And he's like, I see you making a lot of stone carvings, Star Wars characters, and he just picks the one up and he goes, oh, General Grievous sick.
Is it as good as the Star Wars one that he did?
Yeah, I think so. Like Eric was talking about this last night, that they do parodies, but also not more to the point. They also just like pick up on stuff. Like I will give Family Guy some credit. It picks up on stuff about movies that like I think that I've thought of first. Like watching Shawshank, Eric goes, well, how do you secure the fucking poster back to the wall? Yeah. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, at the end, like how did you get the poster back on the wall behind you?
How did that poster go back on the wall? And not only that, but how was it so taut that you could throw a pebble through it? Sorry, guys who haven't seen Shawshank and somehow missed out on all the years of Shawshank coverage.
Came out 30 years ago.
Yeah. But basically, at the end, you find out like they throw a pebble and they find out the poster of Rita Hayworth, or at that point, it's Ursula Le Guin, right? Or Ursula.
No, Ursula Le Guin is. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's an author. Yeah, it's Ursula, whatever.
I'm convinced that there was one guard he paid off. There's one guard somewhere he paid off. He's got to be.
We were talking on Twitter, and I was talking to someone on Twitter, and they were like, "I'm going to do a test. I'm going to put a hole in my wall and put a poster up." And they're like, "If you'll allow me to like share the results of my thing," and I was like, "Wait, before we do that, before someone goes and makes a hole in their wall the size of a person, and then hangs up a poster and doesn't tape down the edges and sees if like the wind flow is going to carry it up, and if the rock would just fold it inward or go through it." I just Googled it, and it turns out there's a whole like Family Guy like cutaway where it's just Peter Griffin going up to Tim Robbins and going like, "How did you throw this?" You know, like in Shawshank Redemption.
How did you attach the poster back to the wall with the tautness it needed to have a stone get thrown through it?
Yeah, so the stone could go through it. And he's like, "Did you even like the film?" He goes, "Very much up until that point."
Yeah, it was a poster of Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
And he was big
from the 1 million years BC or
Yep.
He absolutely did not pay someone off. What it is, and somebody on the internet has found this out, is he's double-side taping the two top and then the bottom left corner. Yeah, that's how he does it. You can see it in his poster of Einstein.
Yeah,
that he's double, so he sort of like used Scotch tape or whatever to double side tape it so he can lift it up every night and tunnel through, and then finally go through. And then the tautness is created by coming because 3 sides are done, and then the 4th side just gets sucked into the wind.
Sure.
You know, it reminds me, we're coming into its 30th anniversary this next year.
Andy Dufresne.
So it'll probably be in theaters. So.
There's more years than president. This is his president's sentence.
Yeah.
I'll probably go see it when it's in theater.
I like the poster for it. It looks like the Bean John Malkovich poster.
Oh, by the way, the music that he plays, the Mozart music, is from an opera that I've actually seen twice on stage. So.
Oh, okay.
So cool. Now I know the context of that scene.
Well, it's funny because I don't think the characters in the know the context of the scene because they say.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what those Italian ladies are singing about. But they're actually singing about is how men are stupid.
That's really funny because in the parody,
about.
they're singing a Hollaback Girl.
Yeah.
To this day, I don't know what that song was about.
I don't know what a Hollaback Girl.
I don't know what
Hollaback Girl. Watch this episode now. I've not seen it.
But yeah, that's really what they're singing about in the opera is that men are being stupid.
1994 is the best year in movies. Hot take, Jeremy. I think 1999 might be the best year in movies.
99, 94.
I like 2014.
39, 62, 82, 94, 99.
99 had The Sixth Sense. That had a bunch of the movies that we consider the seminal movies.
That Phantom Menace. I
think that was 1998 or 99 being John Malkovich. Or it was the
Matrix
weird era.
Was 99.
Late 90s, early aughts was you know what? Late 90s. Let's cut it off at 2000 was the best era of movies. And now they all suck.
You know what else was a really good year? It was 1939.
Yeah, 1939 was one of the great years of Hollywood.
I know. I wrote the Rotten Tomato articles about it. I just start there.
Stop plagiarism, I swear.
I did it. 1999 was being John Malkovich. So what else was 1999 in movies? I just
The
remember
Mummy.
Really weird movies. Matrix.
Phantom Menace. Matrix.
That's not one of the ones I'm thinking of.
Seminole. So,
How
But
dare
you
you?
saw
yeah.
2004. The Matrix, American Beauty, The Sixth Sense, Fight Club,
Oh,
Magnolia,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut, Office Space, 10 Things I Hate About You, The Green Mile. So wow, that's another one set in
Hold
Shawshank.
my hand, boss.
Yeah, let's look up worst movies in '99.
No, we did. It's American Beauty. That's all. I just remember being in this year where like every week there was like some movie that like I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be written about in history books. Yeah, like Election, that was the Alexander Payne. Galaxy Quest was 1999. So was Mummy. So was Arlington Road. Everyone loves that one. Big Daddy.
Iron Giant.
Iron
Love
Giant.
Big Daddy.
Yeah. There's just Toy Story 2.
Disney's Tarzan.
Yeah. We're all looking at the same list. But also the movie Go, which I feel like not enough people remember as the introduction of Timothy Oliphant. And
You know, Adelia, I think our conversation has gone left, right, and sideways.
That's what this is for, though. It's just a hangout. We can talk about anything and everything tonight.
Oh, yes.
What was your guys' favorite movie of the year?
Of what, this year?
Yeah, this year.
This last year? Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Barbie.
It's a close call. It's a close call.
So, like, okay, critically, Barbie. My personal favorite movie of the year that I went and said I want to go watch it again and I would pay money and do it again, Wonka.
Oh, yeah,
but there's not supposed to be a difference in the critically favorite versus the.
No, I think there absolutely can be a difference because critically,
Wonka was actually a lot of fun. Yeah.
Here's the thing, like critically, when you look at a lot of pieces, Barbie, Oppenheimer are far superior films to Wonka. There's no question about that. But in terms of how does it make you feel, Wonka made me feel something that I haven't felt since I was a child. It made me literally, I was right there with Lisa and the kids, and I said, honey, can we go out and buy a ticket and come watch it right now again? I loved it that much. Emotionally, it hit me, and I loved it, and I wanted it again.
So I'm gonna say mine. I haven't seen Wonka yet. It looks pretty good.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, I did the first trailer, and I just really didn't understand all like the hate it was getting before anyone saw it. I was like, this is gonna be a good movie. Like,
that's what people do on the internet.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, out of the movies I didn't see, the best movies of the year was probably Killing of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Right, that's probably one of them. I didn't like December. I haven't seen Priscilla. I didn't see the Please Don't Destroy Me movie, but We Need to See Me.
Yeah.
Beau Was Afraid is probably top for me. Probably Beau Was Afraid. You can take another one.
All right. Well, we've got someone else to add in here. Hi, Jake.
Hey.
What up,
Jake.
Yo. What's your favorite movie?
I just want to. 2023. I haven't really seen too many of them.
Of the
Did
ones
you do the Barbenheimer thing?
Nah, I didn't do that. Maybe Tetris, just because it was so stupid.
you don't like hearing about contract law and like who gets trademark patents in Soviet Russia?
Well, I mean, they made up the whole like car chase scene and all.
But they made up which scene?
Car chase.
Oh yeah, I mean, I imagine so. Like,
just say slaughterhouse.
Falling around them.
They weren't actually Tetrising.
Yeah.
They weren't.
It's like just say slaughterhouse.
You know what?
I don't know. Was Cocaine Bear this year? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah.
I think it was this year.
Yeah.
Was this a good year in horror? It wasn't as stellar as the previous years, but we had a couple good ones.
It was okay.
Okay.
Ask our friend the goal.
I want to go back to the best year of movies because it is obviously 1984.
That's a good year.
That's
the year I was born, so
Me
that
too.
helps. But...
Me too.
Hey,
Jake.
I was born in '85.
Yeah.
Now you're making me feel
But
young.
Jake and I were born in 1984.
And I mean, we had what? The Never-Ending Story, Red Dawn,
Gremlins.
Gremlins, Temple of
Doom, The Natural, Frankenweenie.
Okay, I'm gonna look at.
Frankie Weenie
We
was a
had
short film.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Amadeus.
I mean,
he killed
Conan
Mozart.
the Destroyer.
Amadeus is Mozart.
Karate Kid.
It's a joke from Last Action Heroes.
Oh, I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't seen Last Action Heroes.
Yeah. They basically have what's as like a crooked cop.
Murray Abraham.
And so the guy goes into the movies. The kid goes into the movies. He's like, "Don't trust that guy. He killed Mozart." And Arnold Schwarzenegger goes,
Yeah,
like,
I have to admit, I actually haven't seen Last Action Heroes.
So I'm gonna give you some other movies that year: Body Double, Dune. So that's two great directors, Alan Lynch, like coming out with two seminal films. The Company of Wolves, which is Neil Jordan. That was a really good one about like werewolf horror take. Let's see.
Revenge of the Nerds. Police Academy.
Police Academy. Wow. But you're missing some classics here. Karate Kid, Ghostbusters, Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Search for Spock. I said Temple of Doom.
Oh,
he said Temple of Doom. He said Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Beverly Hills Cop. Firestarter.
These are all great movies. Look,
The Killing Fields, I think, came out in that year too.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's debatable. Like, the year of 1999 changed film. Like
99, yeah, it did.
Back to Blair Witch Project came out in a double feature with Eyes Wide Shut, and I saw those two movies back to back.
Oh, that must have been something.
That's it. Yeah, what crazy day in your life can you go see like two? Oh, wow. Like the end of someone's career, like Stanley Kubrick's final film.
16 Candles. I didn't realize that's 1984.
And then also watch like the big birth of the footage horror like experience. Yeah.
Jeremy in the chat is asking what I thought of A Christmas Story since I watched it with Brandy for the first time this year. I thought it was really cute. It's very much of its time. I definitely watch it again. Doesn't supplant White Christmas as my favorite Christmas movie, but it was good.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I love how did y'all see the thing where it said Ebenezer Scrooge paid Bob Cratchit however many shillings or whatever it was, and in today's dollars that was like $15 an hour. So even back then he was supposed to be the greedy bitch, but we haven't even caught up to him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know if he ever said he was a bad boss, like right? Like
he's a slumlord.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe he paid his employees like well enough to like.
He gave them off on Christmas. Yeah. Here's the weird thing. Can I point something out? In the diegetic world of everyone else's lived experience of the Christmas story. What's it called? Christmas Carol. He's never met Tiny Tim. Ebenezer Scrooge has never met Tiny Tim. So when your boss shows up at your house with your 5 kids and your wife, and he just zeroes in on your like child, like that's like got the crutches and stuff, and he's just like, Tiny Tim, I know you're gonna die one day and be buried with the ducks or like whatever. Like this him, like I would just be like, get that man out of my house. I don't care how much.
Yeah,
you would be Emily Cratchit.
I would just be like, the fuck did you tell him our kid's name? I'd be like, no, what? No, I don't know how he knows my kid's name or that he likes to look at the ducks in the cemetery. I mean, it's weird.
Leave it to Drew to point out these things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird thing that like he knows a lot more about Tiny Tim than like I think probably.
It's true. It's true enough.
Yeah.
I guess
we need people like Drew to point out these things.
Also, I know whether he said there's a line in Christmas Carol about like, and he kept the rest of Christmas in his heart every day. But like, I do think it's kind of going to be like a purge scenario where like 364 days of the year, Scrooge is just like getting like real neurotic about like leading up to Christmas. He's like, those ghosts are going to come at me again. So like, let's get
He's going to turn into like the mayor from Town and Never for Christmas.
Yeah.
He's like, only 364 more days till Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be unbearable.
I'm just a public official. I can't make decisions.
Yeah.
It's his purge day.
Yeah.
It's his day where he has to recognize his own mortality and then he goes psychotically insane because of it.
Also that too. That's the funny thing that the Ghost of Christmas future or yet to come, whatever, shows him his grave. He's like, no, spirits. Like, why do you torment me with this vision? It's like that's gonna happen, dude. Like that doesn't matter whether you're good or not. That's definitely still gonna happen.
Like, you get very near to the ducks.
People will be, I guess, sad, sure, if you die, but like you're still gonna die.
No, you're facing mortality.
Yeah. Here's what you're looking at, though. When you look at Charles Dickens wrote this, you've got to think that he's trying to appeal at that point to the upper classes. He's trying to get the message across to these guys to change, to close the gap between lower and upper, and essentially erase middle class. Middle class was created during his time. Well, so what he's doing is using fear through religion, the idea of death and damnation, and resentment and guilt. He's playing right into what is
These are the chains I forged in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're using fear. It's changed by fear.
Does Jesus believe in the ghost of Christmas future? Or is Jesus like, why are you using my birthday to like make a scary monster to show a landlord? That's the weird thing to do in my name.
I think maybe Jesus is the ghost of Christmas future.
I don't think so. I don't think Jesus is the ghost of Christmas. Do we think Jesus is the ghost of Christmas?
Well, in the sense of motivating people to be better.
I'm sure he's a lot of places he doesn't want to be.
Here's another weird thing. Is it weird?
He doesn't do it exactly the same way, though.
Sure, yeah. Do we think that Scrooge is shown his past and his future, but it's a little weird that he hasn't shown his present, which is to say, at no point does Scrooge like go and like peering in on himself having like a night terror, just like shaking in bed.
They don't like do the movie guys thing.
Yeah.
And we see like
that's an interesting point. That's an interesting point.
Yeah. Everyone else gets like, he gets to see his young self and he's like, oh.
Well, I think part of that is because Scrooge knows very well who he is and what he knows.
No,
but by showing him the effects he has on other people, that's important.
I'll be honest, it's weird. I feel like he goes to Christmas past and he's bummed out enough about like he saw what led him to that. But then he meets Tiny Tim and like the Ghost of Christmas Present, and you could stop there. Like game over. He meets Tiny Tim and like you just know he's a good person now. Like for some reason he just cares about this one kid so much. Like,
yeah, the handicapped kid changes his heart. Yes.
Yeah, that changes his heart. He does not need to see his own grave, nor does he need to see that kid's grave. Both of which are going to happen.
We all know that everybody who ever met me has a change of heart.
Yeah.
I saw what you were doing there,
Brennan. Which does make me think: does he have a broken leg? Because it seems like it's more dire.
It sounds like he's got something worse than that.
Yeah.
It's a death sentence at that time.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Tommy Tim, but it was like
got a broken leg.
Oh wow!
Oh no, Jake!
What happened?
I don't know, does he have some kind of like cerebral palsy or something like that?
I don't think he
had a cage match. They must have had a cage match with Justin.
Can we call me Tiny Bren next Christmas?
That'll be your rap name.
Tiny Bren, God bless us, everyone.
We can call Jake Tiny.
I mean, there has to be like a little in.
Little Jake.
I was saying little Tiny Brennan.
Little Tiny Brennan.
Actually, my nephew's middle name is Brennan, so
I don't know how we'll get away with it, Jake. But let's start a rap duo where we can literally be Jake and the Fat Man. I don't know how it'll get away and be copyright. I'm just saying.
I have retired from the music industry, sir. I spent 15 years doing that.
Little boy.
I was like,
I've got someone else joining us. Hi, Brandy.
Hi,
Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
Brandy.
Hello. What's up?
Oh,
Very New Year. I thought tonight was New Year's because Adelia asked me to do this, and I was like, okay, I guess that's New Year's because Adelia I so rely on Adelia to tell me what days or which. She was like, let's do this New Year's thing. And I was like, cool. And the day I woke up, I went, it's New Year's Eve.
Not quite.
I literally came into the room singing Auld Lang Syne this morning, and Eric was like, oh, that's not today.
I'm
pretty sure Adelia has this right.
Drew, am I having an audio issue or?
I think you just got, but you come in a little hot on the mic, but like maybe turn down a little bit. But I think otherwise it's fine.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Brandy, what was your favorite movie of the year?
My favorite movie, the same as Adelia's, Barbie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are we seeing as yours?
Oh, mine I think was off the top of my head, the one that sticks out to me like right away is Theater Camp.
Oh my god!
I really love that movie, and like I haven't stacked movies in my head yet for the whole year, but like that one just sticks out to me like right away.
Yeah, Theater Camp and Bottoms, like two great Io Barry movies.
Yeah.
It's my theory that I think it's going to be a Barbenheimer year at the Oscars.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think Barbie's going to win Best Original Screenplay. Because even though it's technically adapted from a franchise, I think that they're going to rule that it's original.
Yeah.
Because it's not based on anything written.
It was absolutely based on original script. And like,
so I think that she's probably going to win. Greta and Noah are probably going to win original screenplay, and then Nolan's probably going to win adapted screenplay and best director.
Wait, I don't think you can win adapted
best picture. So.
Wait, sorry, you think? Wait, sorry, Nolan's going to win adapted. You're saying?
Yeah, and I think he'll also win like best director. And the movie will possibly win best picture. I don't know.
Does it count as like an adaptation of the book though? He wrote the script in first person. Like it's as much adapted from like.
I guess they're ruling it as adapted.
Like, you know,
oh, it is.
I think the ruling is adapted. So.
Okay, so it's like Hamilton in that book that one guy wrote about Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be at Barbenheimer Oscars because Barbie could also win like costumes and art direction.
Yeah, I mean, look, Noah Baumbach, Greta Gerwig, they're critically
and
loved. They made the box office breaking, like expectation, everything shattering, like movie.
It'll also probably win best song.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a Ken. If it does not win best original song, I'm going to be unhappy.
Yeah, it might also be Dance the Night. You never know if that might win.
It could, but I'm just a Ken, man.
I think What Was I Made For, and Just Ken, and Dance the Night are probably all three going to get nominated.
I really wish it was that
but
song.
They'll only take two. They will only take two.
Can they only do two now?
Yeah.
That's kind of what's been happening because that's what happened with what was it with Encanto. They submitted only two because that's all they could do, and the one that they ended up going with was Dos Orejitas, but they could only submit two.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's an interesting one. What's Dance the Night from?
That's from Barbie.
Is that Dua Lipa?
Oh no, I mean like, yeah, but like, come on, there's gonna be if there's between two movies. I mean, I don't know. Encanto picked a different one.
I think there's 3 songs in Barbie that are probably going to be considered for an Oscar. It's What Was I Made For, by Billie Eilish, Dance the Night by Dua Lipa, and I'm Just Ken by whoever wrote that.
I think just in terms of
hey,
like
Andres.
Hey, Andres.
Speaking of a ghost.
Gallegos.
Hey.
What's up? Andres, what was your favorite movie of 2023? I also forgot Bottoms. It was very funny. And also No Hard Feelings. I thought was hilarious. I thought the movie was hilarious. Really underrated. Poor Thing. Oh my God, never mind. Yeah, I'm changing my answer. From Bo is Afraid to Poor Thing.
I still got to see that. I heard it's quite a movie.
Incredible. Incredible performance from Mark Ruffalo, turning in like I think probably his best performance of his life. I think it is his best perforance that he's ever done. And
so,
he's
Drew, are you going to dress as Emma's character for Halloween?
I don't have to dress like her. She dresses like me. I don't have to do anything extra to be like Emma Stone from Poor Things. She already wears selkie outfits and is a Frankenstein. Yeah.
I love Emma Stone.
Literally, that was one of those trailer things, and not even just the trailer made me cry, but the trailer featurette made me cry. Like the one where it's just Emma Stone going like, "Oh, I'm Emma Stone, and here's me talking about Poor Things," and that was the commercial. Even that would make me cry. Like I just know going in that I was going to love that movie, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah, it's a good double feature. Poor Things with Barbie.
Yeah, Poor Things and Barbie deal with a lot of the same, like what it means to be a woman and what it means to be a woman in this world.
I mean, you could literally play that Billie Eilish song, What Was I Made For, over Poor Things. And
that dance sequence.
It probably fits like just.
You know what? That dance sequence in Poor Things should like win. It's not going to win for like best song or anything, but there should be like a choreography dance sequence that should be.
There used to be a choreography at the Oscar a long time ago.
Yeah, this would have won it.
Yeah, this would have won it. I wonder if I can pull up a GIF of them dancing from Poor Things. We can just like put that on the screen.
I heard the movie's quite. What's the word?
Also, look for Color Purple to make some waves.
The
Color Purple musical.
Oh yeah,
it's good. It's good. It's
one of those movies that I did not know was a musical.
Oh yeah, like Mean Girls or Wonka.
Yeah, like it came out.
No, Wonka was going to be a musical. They're literally dancing in the trailer. And all the other Wonkas.
No, you don't need to do that. No, I've started dancing. I must finish the song.
No, but it's like really weird how people are like, "Oh, I got tricked. Wonka's a musical," and it's like you got tricked by thinking Willy Wonka at the Chocolate Factory.
It's such a charming musical, and his rendition of Pure Imagination just melts everything in me. I loved it.
I loved it.
Also, check out The Boys in the Boat. Really,
I've heard
really
about
good
that.
film.
Are we gonna talk about Saltburn at all?
No.
I just read something about that movie, and I went, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, I'll be honest. Saltburn was a movie that made me feel very old in the sense that it was like me, the two gay couples, and like three. I feel like three sassy black women in the theater, and that was the entire theater, and me and Eric, and the entire movie, all of us, like this entire crew of people that were sitting in the theater, had the same exact reactions at the same exact time to different things in Saltburn.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's disgusting," and I was like, "Ugh," and they'd be like, "Oh, gross," and I was like, "Don't hump that."
I think
I read about that. I read about that one scene, and I went, "Oh wow!"
I mean, I don't even know what that one scene is. There's so many bad scenes in that, or bad scenes. There's so many scenes.
Probably the bathtub or the graveyard.
I'm talking about the graveyard. I went, "Don't hump that. Don't hump that." Like I was talking to a dog.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're talking to the dogs.
Yeah.
And the person behind me went, "No," like they didn't think that where the scene was going, and I was like, "Oh, it absolutely is."
Yeah.
And it was. Here's like a Poor Things GIF, by the way. Where did I put it? Here we go. Let me put it in a new browser, and then just tell me if this is not the best dance of all time. You know what else would also really work well with this is the. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong thing. The Dance Macabre. Let's see.
Oh, the Dance Macabre by Camille Saint-Saëns, yeah.
Do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it with no volume, and I think YouTube can't copyright it if we play it with no. Oh, they might?
Visually, yes. Like
oh, no! Okay. Well, then we won't do that. I'll stick to GIFs.
No.
I'm trying to find like a long.
Desmond!
It's not big enough. I have to go large.
I just looked up the 60 best movies of 2023, and I've seen 2 of them.
That was like me and last year.
So yeah,
like there were so many good horror movies I did not see last year. Like, Sadness. I didn't see.
Was that horror?
That's horror adjacent. I mean, like psychologically taught, whatever. It falls in the horror, like. It's like the Bo is Afraid. It's not horror, but it's like psychological horror, like mental horror.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Well, guys, I have got to head off to bed because I'm pretty exhausted. So,
Thank you for joining us, Brennan.
Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year, Brennan.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, Brennan.
Glad for the wonderful network of friends I have. That the LGR network has helped me find new friends.
Aw.
So, catch you all later.
Have a good night, Brennan.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
GIF it. What happened there? Okay. No news. Okay, hold on. I got it. I should put GIF last as the last word. Guys, if you ever
Randy, I'm digging your hair tonight too.
Thank you. My waviness.
Yeah, it looks good, Brandy.
Oh, thanks. I just fell asleep and woke up.
I woke up this way.
I did.
I woke up like this.
I did. I literally did.
I love how Engel tried to make it a pop culture reference and completely fucked it up. I woke up like this.
I woke up like this.
I didn't mess it up. I took my spin on it, man. You want to call it that way? Fine.
We know I'm like going crazy. What is the actual phrase? I woke up like. Now I can only hear I woke up like this.
Yeah, it's I woke up like this.
Justin said, Jake, don't be talking to my woman like that.
He'll come down and wrestle you.
He will.
Yeah, he's like
he can.
20 minutes away.
Yeah, not even.
Are you guys hanging out?
And then he'll win and crack open a beer with that bottle opener I got him.
Well, I hung out with Jake when I went down there. We went out to eat, me, Justin, and Jake.
Aw.
You did not eat me and Justin and Jake. We ate a meal together.
I didn't eat. I ate with you. That's what you did.
But you did meet my mom. You got to meet my mom.
I did.
Meet her mom?
I met Jake's mom. And Jake it's so funny. He makes fun of my shortness, but his mom's shorter than I am.
Oh my god! Does she like pineapples on pizza?
Yes.
No, I feel like that was,
well, no, she doesn't. No, she
I
doesn't.
feel like there's a late stage discovery for you, Jake. So. Oh wait, that second one didn't go all the way through. Hold on. Why is it doing that? I'm just putting GIFs in the private chat. So,
I'm like really triggered by you saying GIFs right now.
GIFs.
GIFs.
A GIF of pure imagination.
It is GIF.
Can we
graphical user
in a GIF?
That's not
Choosy
how
moms choose GIFs.
Work.
What is it? Generic animated
graphical
No, I'm just not even thinking of words. It's genetically interference.
Yeah.
Facet.
That's right.
Nope. What is it? Generated interface. No, generated image. Font.
That's right.
Analogical inferiority.
I don't think that's right. Let me.
You know what? No. Do you know what GIF stands for? Gosh, it's funny.
Okay, hold on, wait. I can get it. Right. Let's go with what's another word for generated? Generated image file. Yeah.
That's right.
No, stop saying it's right if it's not right.
No, Eric.
Eric's learned. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Everything's right.
I think I got image and file right. Let's see what the G stands for. Not generic, not Gollum, not giraffe, not Joseph. What do you think it is?
I know what it is.
Oh, well, then why don't you just tell me?
I told you twice already.
When?
You didn't want to hear what it was.
Wait. When did you tell me?
Like a minute ago.
Oh, what is it?
Graphical.
Graphical?
Yeah.
Was that like Jellicle?
Yeah.
It's like
Graphical.
the cats.
Interchange format. Graphics.
We lost Adelia.
Interchange format.
Does that mean I'm the host of the show? Because
You're the Adelia now.
Yep, you're in charge.
Made the host leave.
That's okay. No, I mean it's not okay, but here I am showing you guys just the Poor Things. There's a thing from Poor Things. The dance sequence. It is amazing.
Looks like the setup for Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, except watch her dance with Mark Ruffalo. That's the best part. This dance move she does with Mark Ruffalo.
Just dance.
What, choking him out?
No, she's I don't know, making him do the, and it's all this weird bassoon music that's it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen Poor Things, go watch it immediately. It is hilarious and poignant and a lot like Barbie. If you like Barbie, you'll probably like Poor Things.
Justin, you're right.
None of these people look poor. No, it's actually the poor reference of Poor Thing. I think it's just what they it's sort of the infantilization of the character, the female characters. It's oh, look at this poor thing, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it refers to. It's the idea of her, poor thing is women, yeah. The babying of women or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
William Harris says she's using Hulk as a human shield.
Dude, it is Emma Stone's era. She's living her best life, and we go to the same doctor.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Because one time I showed up with my hair when it was black and white, and he was like, "You look like a client of mine." And I was like, "Oh, really? Who?" And he goes, "Well, I'm not supposed to say. It's doctor, patient, client privilege." And I was like, "Oh no, absolutely." And he goes, "It's Emma Stone." And I was like, "Yeah, no." I was like, I mean, there's only one person doing the black and white hair thing right now, and I don't even think she's doing it. So he had to mention a role that she was doing. That's something he saw her in physically.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she ever had that hair. He was just you might have seen her from stage and screen, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that she has better insurance.
Better what?
Insurance. You said insurance.
Oh, actually, I don't know. My doctor is a really fancy concierge doctor, but he always has taken my insurance. I've seen him for a decade now. I just have to go every 3 months or whatever. But he's the kind of guy who goes to celebrities' houses and gives them vitamin injections and Botox probably or something. But I don't know. He's just been my doctor for so long. It's really hard to imagine going to somebody else who's just but he's all the way in Beverly Hills, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 40-minute drive.
Gosh, it's so annoying to go to Beverly Hills.
It is. It is a real fucking thing.
It is when you live here and don't live there
Burbank.
by Beverly Hills. You just
it's
drive
an hour and a half.
40 minutes to get like 12 miles away.
Yeah, and then it's also like the pharmacy I need to go to is right underneath the doctor's office.
Yeah.
So like, and it's like a specialty like pharmacy, but like I just make them deliver it to me. They have a free delivery service. It's like a mom and pop shop, and I feel so bad. But also they're in Beverly Hills, so how hard are they hurting?
Yeah.
But like I have them drive that 12 miles just to deliver my. So guys, how far away is your prescription medication service?
Not that far.
Like 2 miles down the road.
Nice. Yeah, I usually get mine at
Yeah,
CVS.
it's like half a mile.
Mine's at CVS down the street.
Yeah, mine's in town, so it's a little bit further away. But
it's just like one of my medications is like a specialty compound thing that might not be covered in new insurance, but let's hope 2023 is the year of the higher premiums. Let's see if less stuff is covered somehow.
But I guess I don't know.
2024.
2023, a little victory for myself is I'm now a full-time employee for our passion fruit. And so I have health insurance.
Yeah.
Nice. High five.
Very nice.
They did offer a PPO this year, which was dope, but I didn't have enough time to check over the plan because they gave us like literally 3 days, and so I didn't do it. But I got all their other stuff. Like, it's got some nice perks. They got like like if I ever been in a car accident or like any kind of accident, they pay for my days in the hospital as if I'm working, but also pay for the hospital stay.
Yeah,
like up to a certain amount, which is like a really nice kind of volunteer and like opt-in thing that costs me like $3 a month.
So if you ever want to make paid vacation, just like do a quick car accident.
Yeah, quick car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a bunch of those things. It's like if Eric ever dies under mysterious circumstances or goes missing, I immediately get like $500,000 or something.
You can clip that out.
Wow. All right,
I
we
can
now
make that
know
happen.
who. So say we now know who the suspect will be.
But then there's also this other one where it's like if another one where it's like a compound. So you notice there's 2 forms you fill out for like that life insurance thing. It's like a life insurance, and then it's like an opt-in secondary life insurance.
Yeah.
So if you die, the double payout.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you put me as the beneficiary.
Yeah.
You're my beneficiary.
I put the dogs first.
You have been thinking too much about this.
Justin says Jake, passion fruit doesn't mean what you think it means.
Oh. It's good on pizza.
Justin, why are you not here?
It means whatever I want it to mean.
Yeah, Justin, are you going to join us or not? It's okay. Either way.
He's not still at work. He went to go pick Eli up, and I don't know if he's back yet, but he may be. I know where my man is.
Favorite show of 2023 that you watched?
Loki.
Favorite show?
You're probably Loki.
Or like medium, some
Welcome
of these
to
things
Wrexham.
streaming or like
Star Trek Strange New World Season 2.
Ooh, good call. Loki's up there.
That's a good one.
Loki's very
Yeah,
high
Loki's up there. Nah, it's Welcome to Wrexham for me. I just like happy people.
I need to watch that still.
William, no, listen,
you like
William,
happy people?
we should talk about the differences between Picard and Strange New Worlds, and I love Picard.
Sorry,
Come on, man. I say this with all the love in the world. Get your head out of your ass. Come on.
This is why it's hard to decide, because like Attack on Titan had its 2-hour series finale in 2023. But it's more movie than like than a TV show, because it was just that one episode and it was the length of a movie, and that's the only part that premiered in 2023. So like that's going to be up there for me, but I consider that more of a film than a TV show.
I really enjoyed the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials.
Nice. Yeah.
Those were good.
Watched
them with Chris.
Oh yeah, the Doctor Who stuff.
Available on Twitch.
We're gonna have a big Doctor Who, I think, like across the stream episodes or crossing the streams episode when we get back from the holiday.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Let's see. I did not like The Last of Us, so that was on. But now I'm remembering that. The Curse, currently on, one of the best shows ever. Really weird though, and I don't think anyone on this stream particularly would like it, but it's very much up my alley. Nathan Fielder, Emma Stone, and Benny Safdie, the guy who made Uncut Gems, doing a weird psychological horror home renovation show. Let's see what else was this year. He still exists. Sorry?
Justin says he's living his best life eating ice cream and listening to true crime because he's sick, but yeah, he'll join us in a second. So.
Ooh, which true crime?
I'm gonna grab a beer.
Okay.
Which true crime, Justin?
There's a surprise.
Which true crime?
Shut the fuck up, Chris.
Yeah, Justin, when you come on, let Drew know what true crime. I don't know which one he's watching either. He listens to a lot of stuff on when he's playing his games.
Was the Barbie and Ken murders? Where is it? I can't see. He's saying, oh yeah. So if it's like Barbie and Ken murders, I feel like that's the one that's been playing like on the loop on AMC or like on one of these like true TV channels recently. Podcast Morbid. I listen to Morbid. I like Morbid. Also like
it's done by two ladies. A podcast called Morbid.
Yeah. It's I believe it's not by the person who does my. But yeah.
Jeremy, some of Jeremy's favorites he watched this year: The Bear, Reservation Dogs, Severance, and Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Yeah, I was wondering if Severance was last year though, wasn't it?
I think Severance was last year. Maybe he just watched it this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, it came out like the end of last year.
I almost forgot Good Omens season 2.
Oh yeah, I started watching that. The Scott Pilgrim show was amazing. I did not expect that in any way, shape, or form, but it was so good.
My daughter watched it. She knows my disdain for the movie, and she was like, "Dad, listen, I know you don't like the movie.
Yeah, you would like this.
You gotta try this."
The whole point of the show, I think, is to retcon what people didn't like about the movie, like a specific one thing that people didn't like about the main character, and sort of change the perspective of it. And I really liked it. It's kind of like what else is that? Where like retconned it and made it better, like in retrospect. I don't know, Andor maybe. DuckTales, yeah. It makes the original better just by adding the qualifier of like the show that went after it.
Yeah. Justin says that podcast right now is talking about Dorothea Puente.
Oh, Dorothea. Let's see. Where is he saying that? Dorothea Puente.
Yeah.
Was she the one who was like that was somebody else who became like a Mexican priestess and was what? Oh my God. This lady, I've never even heard of this person. This is crazy. She was the death house landlady. And she ran a murdered various elderly and disabled people who were cashing their social security checks. Oh my God. Wow. Whoa. That's crazy.
William Harold saying one of these times Jake will come back with something other than a Bud Light. We'll then know he was replaced.
Pod people.
Facts.
Justin saying this Dorothea lady is crazy. Sounds like it.
Yeah, no, this lady sounds crazy. Okay, so wait. Wait, I'm reading about this. This is crazy. I don't want to get too dark on this podcast. You guys don't like scary stuff and morbid stuff, but this is fucking crazy. Yeah, Justin, let's talk about this afterwards. But I also love that when people do, like impossibly baroque crimes just to do something as mundane as forging social security checks. Like this was just a social security check scheme that today, if she was alive, she'd be like running some crypto scam that CoffeeZilla would be covering and not a murderer. Like,
yeah.
Thank you for introducing us to CoffeeZilla, by the way, or introducing the concept of CoffeeZilla into our lexicon yesterday, Adelia, because me and Eric were not aware of him at all, and now we're obsessed with watching his investigation series. Probably one of the best actual news investigative reporters we probably have seen in the last 10 years, and it's this guy on YouTube just going over people's internet scams, like Logan Paul and his cryptid zoo and stuff, and just going over creator scams with getting really deep into it and treating it like Watergate. It's really cool that he's doing that.
Yeah. I really was surprised that video popped up in my YouTube recommendations because I'd never watched a CoffeeZilla video before, but that insane creator scam video of his that came out a couple days ago was really, really well done, even if it was horrifying.
It's horrifying, but that's what he does. He calls out scammers, people who scam on especially influencers and stuff who scam other people or people who work with influencers. It's totally up the passion fruit alley. So I really want to talk to him, but also it's just his CGI is pretty good. The CGI is pretty great. So I signed up for his Patreon. It's patreon.com/CoffeeZilla. You want to get into some real true crime shit that's more like the fraud angle of what's going on right now.
Doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm into. I'm into that true crime, but like I'm more into the stuff that is not death related. No, that's a lie. I'm really into the death related stuff. I'm more into promoting though the concept of catching these internet scammers and like the fucking NFT
internet true crime.
Internet true crime, yes, but like not death related. Or if it is, someone killed Sam Bankman-Fried, and like now we have to figure out the murderer of like the Alameda group or something. Oh no, it's probably his girlfriend, that chick Caroline, who was into caste systems and being in part of his weird harem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad Bankman-Fried.
Chad Bankman-Fried. Chode Bankman-Fried. He got convicted, man. Yeah. I still think I'm
William Harold said if I showed up with something other than Bud Light, what's up, brother?
Oh boy.
Nice.
He meant like a soda or something.
Yeah.
You don't know his life.
I know your life.
Fair.
Justin, I want to ask, do you watch Black Mirror at all? Because like there is this episode of this season of Black Mirror that is about like a couple, like a dude and a girl that are dating that go to his where he grew up. Like
Justin Edward Hamilton, get in here.
Yeah, and it's really well done. Just like investigating true crime.
Yes, I just full named him.
She does.
You just full named him?
Edward Hamilton.
Yes, I said Justin Edward Hamilton, get in here.
Hamilton.
Oh, guys, can I tell you about Operation Mincemeat?
Sure.
Wow, I guess nobody here is over the age of like 45 yet.
This
because
is Drew's first official old lady obsession.
I'm obsessed
39.
With yeah, right?
I'm 1 year off. I'm 1 year off.
Well, look at this. I'm just saying, you're getting old when suddenly you get like this weird, it's like a calling. It's like a siren song of something involving World War II. Yeah. And you just get really into the minutia of it. So there's this musical called Operation Mincemeat that's about the real events of this British, of Operation Mincemeat, a British MI6 intelligence. What was it? Like, what were they called? Counter deception, whatever it was, where it's like they had to convince the Nazis that they were going to be landing in Greece so they could actually take over Sicily, but everyone knew they were going to try to take Sicily. So they had to like get a dead body, fill him full of attach a briefcase to his like wrist and fill it full of like fake documents being like, this is British intelligence. And we're saying like, we're going to like Greece and like absolutely like focus on Greece. And then they had to get the Nazis to like receive those papers like surreptitiously off this dead body and believe them. And it's this entire like insane story of how they pulled it off. And like, one of the guys who headed up the projects, like his like assistant was Ian Fleming, and so like so a lot of it's like James Bond related. And then there's also a movie that came out this year, like 2 years ago, called Operation Mincemeat. It's not as good as a musical, but it does star both Mr. Darcy's and Jason Isaac. Right. So it's Matthew McFadden, Colin Firth, Kelly McDonald, and Jason Isaacs. No, Jason Isaacs. It's really good. It's really fascinating. But now, like the musical, which is like the British Hamilton, like it got premiered at Fringe, and it's like the music is so earwormy. The discrepancy between the movie and the musical about like what happened to the characters and what really went on has me really wanting to read the book that was written by the guy who was part of the project Operation Mincemeat, who he wrote after Ian Fleming kind of outed the thing in one of his books.
Yeah, so we watched the movie, listened to the musical. Drew's prepared to read the book and watch documentaries and like really learn everything about this.
Counterintelligence is like a really cool part of like history. I don't know. Yeah. That's the one part of war I can like get behind. It's like the non-bloody part where it's just all people doing like weird mind games. Right. Yeah. It's like psyching people out. Also, I feel like that's the kind of, again, Baroque thinking that like is like something Dougie would pull on The Curse. Yeah. Like it's just trying to like mind fuck you.
Also a great show this year.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said that, but I said nobody on the screen would like it.
Yeah,
specifically.
Jeremy says he just looked up this movie. It's directed by somebody named John Madden.
Yeah, John Madden, who directed. What did John Madden direct? I know it's the name of the guy from the football thing, but he also directed
the football thing. Okay.
The football thing.
He directed the football thing. No, he did Shakespeare in Love. He did the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and its sequel. He did what else? Captain Corell's Mandolin, which I remember was kind of a thing. Ethan Frome, that's a big one. And he did Operation Mincemeat. Yeah, that's pretty much, he didn't do a ton of movies. Mrs. Brown, Shakespeare in Love, Ethan Frome, Golden Gale, The Debt, the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, the second best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Is that about a second place, like a second location? I guess so, unless they lose the title and they've been downgraded. Miss
Hello,
Slum.
Justin.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, Mr.
What's
Sick
up?
Man.
How you feeling, man?
I'm trying to get better before the new year hits.
New Year hits. He also directed The Masters of Sex Pilot, just FYI.
Get better, but John Madden directed this too.
John Madden directed a bunch of Eric's video games that he has here from childhood. Wait.
I also showed Drew Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Whoa, what a great movie that was!
Okay, the movie is terrible. Read the book.
Nope, the movie's pretty great. Except for, nope, that's just not true. Except for
read the damn book. Read the book, and then follow it up with Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm a big proponent of let's read the book. Like I'm a big proponent of that. But let me tell you something. That movie fucks. Like that movie fucks really hard, and like it's probably
movie.
No, it's pretty good.
Oh.
And I would say that it's maybe my favorite rendition of the Darcy scene, like of the Darcy proclaiming his love scene. It might be the best out of like the McFadden, Colin Firth, Mrs. Bridget Jones's Diary. Like it's the best one. It's the sexiest one.
Yeah, and up later, I realized it was directed by Burr Steers, who directed one of her other favorite films, Igby Goes Down.
Igby Goes Down, one of the greatest films of all time, starring Kieran Culkin.
And also has an acting career in which he appeared in Pulp Fiction as the guy who gets shot on the couch first by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's like the what if episode of like
Big Kahuna Burger. Yeah.
Because it's like how they told me the guy who directed Quills also wrote something like, remember I was on that podcast with Tom and Dave and I was like, what? That's nuts. Because Quills was the movie that made me realize that Joaquin Phoenix was going to be a star, but also that I found him very attractive. Found him very cute. And then I got over it because like he seems weird now. Did anyone see Napoleon? Did anyone know if Napoleon's okay?
No.
I mean, like
I want to see it, but I'm just gonna wait. I want to see it, but I'll wait.
Same.
I don't know. I kind of want to see it in theaters. Lon says it's like hilarious, like in a way that like
ship has sailed.
Really?
Yeah, to France. Like we
to France.
We have missed it. It's not theaters anymore.
It's in Virginia. The thing is, it kind of seems hilarious. Like it's meant to be hilarious. Like it's like a character study of him as this like kind of pathetic, weird loser dude, and like he kept getting cucked by like his girlfriend. And I don't know. That sounds like really funny. Like a really funny. And I also like. I really respect. The Scott, what's his name? Not Tony, the other one. Ridley Scott's like thing about giving interviews where he's just like, fuck off. Like he really is just Brian Cox in Succession.
Like that didn't happen in history. He's like, were you there? No. Okay, the one that shut up.
He's like, they didn't use those. They didn't have those guns yet. And he's like, fuck off. Go fuck off. And he's like, Scorsese, I don't know about him. Like he's a little bit lazy. I've been directing 4 films by the time it took him to direct 1. And then he said, the only good thing about comic book movies is that they're saved by their CGI. And I went, well, that's an interesting take because it's like the opposite of Scorsese, but still at the same time entirely wrong. Like, they are not saved by the CGI. I don't know which like comic book movies you've been watching lately, but the CGI is not the best part of them.
Speaking of which, though, we have like this sort of like between the two of us, we have like this sort of like weird jinx power about like films and other things like that. And I do feel like when we finally get around to watching Napoleon, like I bet you anything that day or the next day, we're gonna announce Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm.
Why?
Because she's in the movie. She's in Napoleon.
Why do we have the jinx power?
But that's been the movie. That's like the like coincidental weird power.
Well, what else have we done like that?
Well, in that with that right now, actually, they've already announced that filming is going to begin soon. So a cast announcement is happening. It's got to happen.
Can I tell you something? I don't care that he played Cthulhu or whatever already in Secret, Captain Marvel and Secret invasion. I really am hoping Ben Mendelsohn gets Dr. Doom. No one cares about Dr. Doom as much as Ben Mendelsohn. Ben Mendelsohn has gone on tirades about how Dr. Doom is the best character in like the entire like comic book like worlds, any comic book ever. Dr. Doom has pathos. He's like, fuck the Fantastic Four. They suck. They're totally awful. You can see the interview where he's like, they suck. The Fantastic Four, they suck. And he's like, Dr. Doom, like there's a character. And so like I know we gave him Thalos. Got it.
Talos.
Yeah, nailed it. Yeah, I know he's alright, Thalos, but like, can we just have Talos? Whatever. Sorry, the pronunciation of this alien name is like wrong.
Talos.
You know what? He pronounced it Thalos. No, because
Talos.
he talks like that.
He has a lisp.
He has a lisp, so he would say Thalos. Yeah, so I got it right. I predict. So introduce himself to me.
A lot of people want Mads Mikkelsen to play Dr. Doom.
Well, that would be cool too because they're best friends on Rogue One. If you ever watched that press junket,
they should hire both of them to play him just in different scenes,
like Grindelwald.
Yeah, like American Psycho style. Like they're like you have to guess which one is in which scene.
Oh, that's
behind the mask.
So it's like almost like when they did True North in Broadway, and it was John C. Reilly and Philip Seymour Hoffman. Every night they would switch off roles about who played which brother.
Right.
Yeah. Or like when they did that with Benedict Cumberbatch and who's the guy who played Sherlock in? No, in that TV show that was modern and updated and came out at the same time. Johnny Lee Miller. Johnny Lee Miller. They did what's his name? The director who did 28 Days Later. He did a teleplay of Frankenstein where they switched off who was playing Frankenstein and who was playing Frankenstein's monster every night. And I saw the one where Cumberbatch played the monster and Lee Miller played Frankenstein. Yeah. Natural.
So, Eric, would you say the movie Napoleon kind of fell apart like as bad as the Maginot Line?
What?
As bad as what? Terrible. The Maginot Line.
We haven't seen the Maginot Line.
No,
the Maginot Line.
Yeah, it was a French joke. The French built the Maginot Line to guard against the Germans, and it
the Imogen line.
Wiped out.
The Imogen line.
Well, you tried.
I don't know anything about history, man. I know how Operation Mincemeat. That's it.
That's why we're looking forward to Napoleon because we don't have to worry about the historical accuracy.
Yeah, we don't give a shit. I know that he sent his brother. He banished his brother to that really, really nice part of Italy that's now like overrun by tourists, the Amalfi Coast. Yeah. He banished his brother there, but it's like the nicest place in the world. And then I know he's a little weirdo. Yeah. And I know like what they told me from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
He loves banana splits.
Loves ice cream.
William Harold says his French accent is hilarious.
Does he try for a French accent? I heard he doesn't. Does he really try for a French accent?
It sounds like he doesn't.
Oh God. I'll be honest, like Joaquin Phoenix, I'm like over it. It's like that band that you find that like you found them when they were underground and indie and cool, and now you're just like, oh, they're like sold out. Joaquin Phoenix is kind of like that, but for being weird.
Yeah.
Like he's like kind of sold out being weird.
Yeah.
Like he's the Joker, like fucking him and Jared Leto, like they got the lock on the weird roles, right? Beau is Afraid is great, and
Barry Keoghan.
He does not try, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like he tries in a way that like like pisses me off. Like he's one of these people who like he's too, like overly sincere about his trying to be the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that, Jared Leto, or in a totally different way, Joaquin Phoenix. Don't go method with the Joker. Also, right, weird King Barry Keoghan, also a Joker right now.
Yeah.
And if you want to count Gotham, Cameron Monaghan, he was also a great Joker or Joker variant.
Yeah.
Jeremy Miller says he's looking forward to Joker 2, but that's more because of Lady Gaga.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I'm gonna hold out on saying that that's gonna be anything because I don't know what kind of music. Like, who's doing the music for it? Is it gonna be like
a musical? It is.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is it going to be a jukebox or is it going to be like the fucking Greatest Showman guys?
Yeah.
Gareth and Hanson bringing them in to do it.
Fuck
like
you, Engel. She knows.
You know? I don't think I know that Folie au deux, my favorite French phrase of all time, because it means.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that Joaquin Phoenix got a DUI and had his license taken away?
He's doing method acting, man.
1999, like this would have been news in 2000.
No, he got it a DUI, got his license taken away, and now he's Joaquin Phoenix.
No, like listen.
Oh God, Chris!
Kick this motherfucker out!
Wow, that was.
Wow. Like when they were reviewing Fast and Furious, and they were like, "You should have called him Paul Driver."
That was like half the horror movies I've ever watched. So bad it's good. It was so bad of a joke. It was actually kind of good.
I actually really like that one.
I caught it, Drew.
Adam Driver, because he's in Ferrari.
Yeah, or like we watched the live Peter Pan performance and we saw Christopher Walken, but he was Christopher Danson.
Kind of. He was Christopher Limpin.
Yeah.
Man, that was such a shit show. If you guys remember the live action NBC Peter Pan starring Allison Williams, like peak girls.
The idea was great. Christopher Walken is that's a great idea.
Sort of. If he wasn't already so old, like he was so old, like watch it, like having to get the thing where like Wendy Darling's dad has to be played by Christian Borle, like this, and he has to then play Smee instead of Captain Hook, undermines the entire concept of what makes, you know, the metaphor work in Peter Pan. It's supposed to be your father is Captain Hook, and that's the whole thing against rebelling growing up. But like if it's just like Smee, just like some side character. Plus Christopher Walken's like 100 years old.
Hey, don't put any bad juju on Bob Hoskins. He was the best Smee.
He was the best Smee. I'm saying, but Smee is not like Wendy's dad. And like the Smee, I mean, the Hook always has to be Wendy's dad. Case in point, Jason Isaacs, like hottest is in that one where the sparkly Hook from like 2004, like the sparkly.
Even the original Disney was that way.
Yeah, of course. It's always the same guy has to play Wendy's father, and like the kind of mean, stern father that has to play Captain Hook. Even though there's a weird like sexual dynamic between like Captain Hook and like the fucking Wendy, so I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's always has to be the same guy as the dad.
Although, check this, and I didn't realize this till recently. In Hook, the voice of the captain of the airplane as they're going over to England is actually Hook. Listen to it carefully. It's Dustin Hoffman doing Hook.
Yeah.
Peter Panning. The name of the airline is Peter Pan Airlines. Yeah, it's Peter Pan. They're flying Peter Pan. Can I show you something? No, it's called Peter Pan Airlines, I believe, is the exact thing. Can I show you guys? And Jude Law's in the latest one in the new Captain Hook movie.
Star Drew.
Hey, Star Drew.
Oh.
Can I show you guys something? Can you put it up on the other? Or wait, can I put it up? Okay.
Yeah.
So here's something that I find really important for you guys to know about if you haven't seen this film, or if there are any ladies in the audience. Hold on. Let's see. Share screen. Let's see. There we go. That is Jason Isaacs as Captain Hook, the world's sexiest Captain Hook. I'm just gonna play this the rest of the night, if that's okay. He's so hot. Like, what is going on there? Why do we need that sexy of a Captain Hook? He's shirtless the entire film.
Are you anti Jude Law as Captain Hook?
I'm saying Jude Law was like, I haven't seen it yet. I love Jude Law. I love him in The Young Pope. I love old skeevy Jude Law as opposed to like young, hot Mr. Ripley Jude Law. I think like the skeevy version of him is so much cooler than like the old school like hot version. But I really am excited to see him as Hook. I bet he's great. He's really like come into his own as like an older perv weirdo.
I think he's the best part of that remake.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know who wasn't great is either Charlie Hunnam or the other guys that look like Charlie Hunnam, Boyd Holbrook or no, Boyd Holbrook, Charlie Hunnam. Wait,
he's Blackbeard.
Yeah, he's Blackbeard.
Right.
It's Boyd Holbrook, Charlie Hunnam, and what is the third one?
Garrett
Hedlund. The three of them are interchangeable to me, but whichever one was in that one with Hugh Jackman, it was Garrett Hedlund. No fucking way. Yeah. Not the one from Indiana Jones.
Which?
The newest Indiana Jones.
Oh, it's Holbrook, yeah.
That's Holbrook. Right. Okay, which one is in Logan?
Holbrook.
Which one is in fucking Crimson Peak?
Hunnam.
And which one is in Tron?
Hedlund.
This is so fucking confusing. They're all the same guy in my mind. They're weird variants of each other. Oh my god.
Yeah, all starting with all GH, initials GH.
Garrett.
Yeah, very similar names.
Charlie Hunnam?
Oh, no.
Charlie Hunnam.
GH.
Yeah.
Garrett Hedlund, Charlie Hunnam.
And Boyd Holbrook. What are you talking about?
CH, BH, G. They rhyme.
CH, BH, and DH. There we go.
For some reason, I used to get Kevin Costner and Harrison Ford mixed up.
So Kevin Costner.
I do that in my head too.
Really?
Oh no, it's Kevin Costner and Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Just like the letters of their names in my head.
It's Russell Crowe and
racist bastards.
The 300 guy.
Gerard
Butler and Russell Crowe, the same guy.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. I think one's probably nicer and one's Jean Valjean. but I can't tell you which.
Javert.
All right, well, I'm going to head out.
So,
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Jake.
Bye.
Have a happy New Year.
Thank God. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No, man. Sorry to see you leave, Jake. Sorry to see you leave, Jake.
Bye,
I'll
Jake.
text you tomorrow, you bitch.
You piece of shit. Get out of here.
Later, y'all.
Okay,
Bye, Jake.
we're gonna keep going on the sexy hook pictures.
Justin, what was your favorite movie of the year?
Favorite movie of the year? I'm gonna be honest with you, and it was such a surprise to me. Like, I actually wanted it to be good, and it turned out to be good, but like I also didn't have a lot of hope for it. It was one of those weird things. I wanted it to be good, but I didn't have high hopes for it. No, it was Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that
movie
was literally
awesome.
I thought that movie was one of the best, if not the best movie of the year. Like, it was an adventure movie with like heart, soul. Like, to me, they did the jokes better than like the MCU, because like they didn't joke when you didn't need to joke. Like, when the movie was serious, it was serious, but then they did the jokes when it like made sense and like and was actually funny and stuff. They didn't try to ruin like a very serious scene. I really love Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that movie should have got way more props than what it ended up getting.
Exactly right. But you know, it is the same people as the MCU. It's the same guy who does Spider-Man. It's the kid from Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, well, they picked the right one they picked then, because Spider-Man's been the only thing MCU's done that's been really good here recently.
I mean, it's the kid from Freaks and Geeks. If you haven't seen Game Night, which is his other movie, it's maybe one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's like my favorite comedy of all time for sure. Besides Wet Hot American Summer, but it is so fucking
like the one with the Frito-Lays thing you talk about.
The Frito-Lays thing. Yeah, Jesse Plemons, but also my buddy Billy Magnuson is in it, and he is.
Billy, I love Billy.
Yeah, you know Billy. Like,
yeah, I know
he's
Billy.
Fucking hilarious.
Dungeons and Dragons, this was amazing to me because it took characters that like did things that would be in D&D, so like they were kind of like
Fat Dragon.
Yeah, well, like the Paladin. That was like the
he
most.
Has a name.
Yeah, the Paladin was like the funniest thing to me, because like people pick Paladins as a character. They're supposed to role play, but then they got to be real strict on their like beliefs and everything else.
Oh,
and
was
that
it
guy
the guy like from Bridgerton? Was that the Paladin?
Yeah. The guy who's like walking down the beach away from him, and the one guy's Chris Pratt's narrating it.
That movie was incredible. I mean, like, but I also really had high hopes for it because of Game Night and because of Spider-Man. Like, I really like this new Spider-Man's. Yeah. Spider-Man.
when that Paladin was walking away, and Home Dude's like, "Wait, there's a rock in his way. What is he gonna do?" He walks straight over it.
There was Eric. I never heard Eric laugh as hard as when they put the spell to like make him the bard and like to distract the guards, and then his face starts ballooning out.
Oh yeah,
just like a trick. And Eric just like loses his shit during that moment, and also the fat dragon.
I also like the gelatinous cube.
The gelatinous
good cameo.
To be honest, that first bit they do about like was a very like Thor Ragnarok, like in the best way possible bit about like the guy who's showing up late to the trial.
Oh yeah,
and it's like a bird thing.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really good. I want a Jonathan Funko. Jonathan. He doesn't like know them at all.
Yeah. I saw someone say like Jonathan is such a great like last minute Dungeons and Dragons name. That's
Jonathan.
Who's like makeup on the spot.
No, but that's what I thought was really cool about it. Is like all these characters are characters you could play like as if you played actually Dungeons and Dragons. And
I mean, could you just play anyone? Like, you just have to pick within the archetypes, right? You can be any. You can name your characters whatever you want.
Right, but the cool part about it is the characters played these parts like as people would play it at the table. Yeah. Right. So that's where you get some of the goofiness, is because like you're playing with your friends and like things that they would try to do and everything else. It's like I said with the Paladin specifically, when you pick that character, you're supposed to play the character, role play the character, and you have to be like, if you mess up, then like you lose powers as a Paladin. So you have to keep being like this guy or girl, whatever, that's doing like the perfect thing. Like you can only do good, for instance, right?
Wait. Are you telling me that they grade you on your cosplay during Dungeons and Dragons? It's like
not really. But if you're
your acting skills, like you get points, but not choices.
You can. So like the guy who's like the leader of the campaign, the dungeon master, like a lot of people will actually give extra bonus points to people that play their characters well.
So I guess that's why, like, not just Critical Role, but the other one that the College Humor now called Dropout guy does, that Brendan Mulligan guy does that show that's like really popular. And I never watched it. You would think I'm into Dungeons and Dragons because I like games, they're strategic, and I like cosplaying as people. We should play Dungeons and Dragons sometime. But we can't do it as a 2-person game, so we just do
I am a dungeon master. I'm just saying.
We need a dungeon master. That's correct.
I am a dungeon master.
I feel like, is that like somebody you get to officiate your wedding? Like, is it like just a...
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Like, what are your criteria? Did you get it on the line? Did you get it on the internet? Where's your certificate from? Like,
he just owns the books.
My standards are pretty high.
I do own all the books.
Yeah, whoever owns the most handbooks is the dungeon
I'm expecting
master.
Eddie from Stranger Things, so unless you're like up to that level of quality of hair.
Of hair, yeah. You need to wear a wig.
Yeah.
You need to play a role as Eddie Ishich. That's your
All right, so I've been sitting on something. I've been sitting on something for you for a while, Drew.
Oh, cool.
I've had a movie trivia question in the back of my pocket that I think is right up your alley.
Okay, I love movie trivia questions. I guess that was the thing I did.
I know. It is a 5-point level question, but
Great. I love thinking about these. I should more be. Here we
go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Category: famous actors and actresses.
Go ahead.
Wow.
John Rhys Davies and Julie Andrews have appeared 3 times in films together. Once in the 1980s, once in the 2000s, and once in the 2010s.
So it's Princess Diaries 2 and it's Princess Diary 2 or the Princess Diary. It's gonna be Princess Diaries. It's gonna be the Life Aquatic, but with Aquaman. So it's gonna be Aquaman, the Princess Diaries, and then I'm gonna say Victoria.
That is absolutely correct.
I've never seen any of those movies.
She still got it. Still sharp.
Is that really true? Victoria was the other one?
That is very true.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I do think just naturally
she didn't appear in Aquaman.
Well,
I do think naturally, if like say the Schmodown came back, like sometime next year or whatever, like if you had to play again, I think you'd still be at like a very high level of competition.
I think I'd be better.
Yeah.
Like because I've seen a lot more movies and I've like retained a lot more information that like helps me contextualize where things are in time.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot more things now about movies than I did before the Schmodown because there's been no pressure to like study.
Yeah.
Like trivia. What's that?
I can never win because I'm never good at the trivia that people would ask. Like I'll be talking about a show I just watched and will forget the actor or actress's name.
I mean, I do that
the character's name. But like if there was like movie trivia about like the actual like stuff that happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Like where you have to answer questions like, what did this character do? I'd be like fucking good.
Can I be honest? I could probably at this point I could probably appear in a MCU, and I think I could probably appear in an MCU match. Not do great in it. I'm not gonna say win it, but I could appear in an MCU.
You wouldn't get blown out of the water.
I wouldn't. I don't think I'd get blown out. I've seen them all. Like
here's the question: can I throw in MCU TV?
Yeah, go ahead. I would say.
I'm just saying. Can I throw in MCU TV?
Please. In fact, I think I know the TV shows better than I know a lot of the movies, and I watched a lot of movies. But like,
did y'all do y'all's favorite TV shows?
Loki.
Of the year?
No, yeah, we kind of did, but we're still going. So go ahead.
What was your favorite, Justin?
I really love the Last of Us, House of Dragon.
House of Dragons.
Yeah, there's been a couple at the top there.
I like Lord of the Rings. That was good. The Rings of Power. That was a really good one.
So far, I haven't watched the final 2 episodes, but I need to watch those.
We haven't watched them either, Justin. You didn't miss it.
Wait, why did you not watch the final 2 episodes of Rings of Power?
Because we're doing a thing over here. We're doing a thing over here with our Patreon and like a little group where we've been picking shows and then we've been going through and watching them together, like a couple of episodes at a time, and then we do like an instant reaction after we get done watching them.
I really wish I'd caught any of the you guys' Loki reviews on like when you guys were live doing them, because I would have loved to see just in real time like Adelia's reaction to watching that final sequence. That was just so good. Those are my boys. That's my other like running through is Benson and Moorhead. So I'm just like so proud of them. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure they're getting Secret Wars. I'm pretty sure like at this point the trick of that they're trying to hide is that Benson and Moorhead have been involved for probably all of Stage 5 at this point, and they're just kind of slowly introducing them first through those 2 episodes of Moon Knight and next up through Daredevil. But like there's no reason for them to be jumping around from like couple episodes here to like directing all of Loki basically, or besides 2 episodes, to directing or like show running Daredevil, because what does Daredevil have to do with like the sci-fi stuff that they really are good at? Like their whole world is like the weird sci-fi time trippy shit. Like they have their own cinematic universe of weird independent movies that do weird time trippy like multiverse shit. So like why even have them do Daredevil except that you're trying to build them up as like the next MCU like Russo brothers. I'm very excited about that.
I actually enjoyed Loki. It's kind of getting me hyped for maybe 1 or 2 of the new things coming out that they like. I wasn't counting, say, the Marvels as part of that because they were kind of being made around the same time period and stuff, or like before it and everything else. I thought what they did with Loki was really good. Like I actually enjoyed the show.
Not only that, but like I talked to them around what, February of, not even last year, February 2 years ago or last year, when I interviewed them for Fangoria. I interviewed them twice, and like when I talked to them, I thought that they were basically saying like, we're in Marvel, like, you know, we're going to do this, but we have our own like cinematic universe that we're trying to bring to life into television and all this stuff. But now rereading the interviews, I think what they're saying is they're going to be taking Marvel, like the MCU, and turning it into like basically expanding their own cinematic universe to encompass the Marvel stuff. Like they're not just going to like pop in and out, but they're going to apply their own, you know, decades worth of work into like how multiverse theory works and like how their multiverse worlds work. Like all their movies are interconnected, and they're just going to apply Marvel like in the MCU and just bring it into their world, which is like a really cool idea. Like you should go check out their movies, The Endless, if you haven't seen it yet, or Synchronic, or Synchronic is really good. It's not all horror movies, but I'd say they're all sci-fi more than horror. Yeah. The Endless is great. And that's a companion piece with Resolution. Check out Synchronic or Spring or Something in the Dirt. That's a little harder a little less accessible, but they are great. They're my favorite dudes of all time. And pick up.
Speaking of horror stuff, next year I'm starting Take Back Halloween. I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired of, even before Halloween gets here, Christmas decorations coming out. That shit has got to stop.
Well, that's got to stop. Deal? I agree with you. What is this new deal with scary Santas? Like, is that just a way that we're just trying to bridge the gap and we're like, oh, this way we don't have to change the decorations? Like, scary Santa is like a whole genre now. It's like Elf on a Shelf, where it's just like, oh, this is a scary Saint Nick because he's gonna like pop out at you or whatever. But then you just keep him up till Christmas. That's I guess that's economical.
Makes it easier.
We can do what we do in the South, and that's put up lights, but then never take them down. They're just called like holiday lights. So like every holiday, there are lights for it. So like they'll keep them up, and then so that you got the New Year's Day lights. Then you'll have Valentine's Day lights. Yeah, but that's all it does.
Aren't you? Isn't that the part of the country that gets really mad if you don't say Merry Christmas, but you're allowed to say holiday lights?
Well, that's because it's encompassing all holidays at once.
Yeah,
like every one of them. This time of year.
But you can apply it
to me. I say Merry Christmas, and the thing about it is just like, bro, like this isn't nobody says Merry Christmas and like even thinks about the religious aspects. It's literally like the fat guy coming down your chimney to give you presents. like I don't get the we can't say Christmas. Like, dude, it just don't even stand for what like you think it stands for anymore. Like,
yeah, have you ever seen Nightmare Before Christmas? Like that guy does not live in the same world as Jesus.
Right, like if you walk into Walmart, there's like no Jesus stuff out there like for you to buy, like unless you're buying a nativity scene or something. Maybe they probably don't even sell that, but like all they sell is Santa Claus. Like the Grinch. By the way, the Grinch did nothing wrong.
Yo, this was Eric's new theory. He's like, what is... Tell him your theory.
Well, not a theory. It's just an observation, which is just like over the last few years, we've seen on like social media and stuff, like they now have, you know, Grinch like meetings, like Santa Claus,
like Santa Claus, but for Grinch,
where you can go like meet Santa, sit on his lap and talk. They now have that for the Grinch, where you can go to the mall. They'll have a Grinch actor there to be the Grinch.
We saw somebody in full Grinch makeup at a Chewy at a Petco recently, like doing a whole Grinch thing, and as a woman. It's crazy.
And it's just a weird thing to me is that everyone who's doing that, who does like a Grinch thing for like the mall or for like a kids event or whatever, they're all doing impersonations of Jim Carrey's The Grinch. Like they're all doing a Jim Carrey impersonation because that's the only live action Grinch barometer that we have to compare it to. So
it can't be like this cartoon version where they're like don't talk that much.
It's just like, you know, everyone like the Santa, everyone kind of does a general Santa, right? Like ho ho, you're a jolly guy.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, but like the Grinch one, that's Jim Carrey impressions, like the voice and like the mannerisms, like the hands and everything.
Which is I hadn't realized it because I've never seen the Grinch, but that's so annoying.
It's very weird. It's very off-putting.
It's like if we had one holiday that was like Ace Ventura Day or like the Masked Day, and everyone.
I love the original animated Grinch, man. He's the best.
Yeah.
The man just trying to live on his hill, and these people keep making all kinds of noise, and then they try to force their ideology on his ass. He's up there trying to be himself. You know what I'm saying? Him and his dog trying to live their life.
They're the same Who's that Horton hears.
Yeah.
So that means the Grinch is like, just for scale, the Grinch is like the size of like a fucking speck. Like what? I didn't know the Grinch was like a microscopic, like fucking bacteria.
They're microscopic beings. Yeah.
That's crazy. The Grinch is microscopic.
Yeah.
But his heart can grow like 8 times as big. It's like an Ant-Man thing. Does he live in
Yeah, actually that's what it is. They live in the quantum realm. Yeah.
They do. Have you guys been watching? Have you guys been watching What If? Have you guys been watching the new What If episodes?
Yes, I haven't watched today's. I missed today's.
We haven't watched today's either.
Today's was 1602.
Oh, okay.
Talking about like Santa right here, Santa's scary and all this stuff right here is I'll just tell you this much. See, back in the day, Santa was used as a con artist to keep your kids good and acting good, right? Like you didn't have all the technology that we have today. So you just told this story about this fat dude coming to give you presents, but he ain't going to give you no presents if you act bad. So it was a way to try to keep your kids good. The reason why I think Santa's going into the like you were talking about more of a horror Santa is because people don't care about keeping Santa's name as good anymore, because now they just throw like an iPad in their kid's face to keep them doing well and not making a bunch of noise.
And that's why Gen Alpha is so fucked up. But also, here's my theory about Santa. Both the Santa Claus and Ernest Saves Christmas posit the idea that Santa is not a person. It is a role like Batman or the Dread Pirate Roberts, that different people inherit the title of Santa, and it gets passed on from person to person, right? And my theory is that person can never be a single guy. It has to be a couple, because you have to get Santa Claus and there has to be a Mrs. Claus. So you have to find a couple that's willing to do it, because otherwise it's creepy. It's creepy if you actually saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Like if a single guy who was just like in his 50s was like shimmying down your chimney, like to go eat the milk and cookies your kids left out. I don't know. That's like a skin marink. You don't want that happening. That's a true crime story waiting to happen. That is like talking about that. That's a Jordan Peele horror movie. I don't want to see it. It's Ty West. It's too scary.
Yeah.
But if there's a Mrs. Claus at home, well, then it's just like a nice guy. And sadly, if you play it out, the idea would be that they don't have any kids, because you won't want to relocate the kids to the North Pole. So it is a childless couple, probably with like a.
And when the old Santa Claus like transcends and like passes on the reins to the new one, the previous Mrs. Claus has to like disappear,
do something,
disintegrate,
like she got fucking snapped, because he can't just marry. Mrs. Claus doesn't get to marry the new Santa. Like it's a role. You take it for 40 years, and then but you have to make all these other kids happy, just like one of those like sad couples with like a son who died in like the war or something. I don't know.
My personal Santa Claus theory is that in the movie, the Tim Allen film, The Santa Claus, is that the elves purposefully orchestrated the previous Santa Claus's death to replace him with Tim Allen.
Well, because they have to do that every so often. You have to regenerate. He's like the doctor.
But they like scout him out. They scout him out. He's like the next one. Then they like set into events that for the other Santa to die.
And you know why the Santa Claus 2 is such a pushy movie? They need him to get married.
Yeah.
Because he cannot be single Santa. Single Santa does not work. Divorce Santa, even worse. Divorce Santa somehow the worst concept of a Santa. The Santa that's not let in like 5 miles within a school. Like that's not the Santa we want.
All right, so I'm about to tell you my Santa Claus theory, but to understand it a little bit, you have to understand I'm an Auburn fan and I live in Alabama. And if you don't know, there's a college football team named Alabama with a coach named Nick Saban. So
Nick Saban?
All right, yes. So here we go.
Okay.
There's 3 entities I think that is connected.
Okay.
You have Santa, Saban, the coach of Alabama football, and Satan himself. They all deal with something red as like their main color. Yeah. And if you take the B from Saban, change it to a T, Satan, And if you change Santa's letters around, it becomes Satan. So like, there you go. All three connected right there.
Does that mean
That's
my dog
theory.
is God? Does that mean dog is God? Because if you change this,
it could be, yeah.
Because look at this, because dog is God.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Sammy.
Dog is God. I miss it. We've had some good 5-pointers recently in the past like 6 months. I feel like we've come up with a couple of questions.
I'm sure. I mean,
we should write them down.
In general, like all the films we've seen over the last, year and a half.
This is what I do, like periodically. Still, I'm like, that'd make a good question, and I go right.
We do that occasionally. There was something
we lock
recently.
that stuff away in our brain somewhere.
We should write it down.
It's like natural now.
But we did something recently where we were like, God, that would have been a good 5-pointer.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that.
Like, but it's an older movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like in Field of. This is just something about me. You guys see Field of Dreams? Do you guys know that movie, Field of Dreams?
Yeah.
We will come. Yep.
Okay. So I remember that movie to be like way different than the movie it actually is. The movie is kind of about a crazy person. It's a kind of like a Michael Shannon in a Take Shelter kind of role. Like he's crazy. Like to everyone else, he appears like he's insane. And he like he pretends to hold up James Earl Jones at gunpoint. Like he's a fanatic. He's like, I got to come do this thing at my baseball field. It's like, I'm hearing voices in my head. He never says God. He just says like, there are these fucking voices in my head and they're sending me messages and they're telling me to do things and like build it. The guy sounds fucking nuts. Right. But then you get to that middle part of the movie where he's like, we have to go hang out with a ghost of an old doctor in like the middle of nowhere, wherever they are. And then that doctor is like an old ghost and he's talking to them. And then he's like, okay, maybe I'll join your baseball team. And then he disappears. And the next day they like are driving down the street, like some other road. And they run into a really young guy and it's the doctor, but as a young man. So I remember Field of Dreams as a movie in which James Earl Jones dies on the field and gets to go off to heaven. But after saving this kid, but that's not what happens. What happens is the young ghost is playing baseball, and then Gabby Hoffman falls and like chokes on a hot dog or something, and the young ghost has to hesitate while leaving the border of the baseball field, because once he leaves it to go help the kid because he's a doctor ghost, he becomes an old ghost again, and then he can't go back with the young ghost. But James Earl Jones, who is not dead, gets to go to heaven with the ghosts, so he can come back and write about it. And like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that movie about?
So long story short, there's no 5-pointer. Drew just wanted to let you know that what she thought about the Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is like
it's
like religion. It's filtered through an eyes of an actual like schizophrenic person. Like and don't understand what it's trying to say.
It's funny you say this because so I teach speech and debate. Our national competition this year and next year is in Iowa. And I'm trying to convince my kids to go see a baseball game at the real life Field of Dreams.
What do you mean the real life? Oh no.
That is okay.
Stop.
No joke. Joke, Drew. That field is a real field.
And there's ghosts.
Believe what you want.
If there was ghosts, I'd already be there.
There is a real field, and they play baseball on it. And once a year in
Who's
Major League,
Who's they?
The ghost.
Is it really Oda?
Yeah. This is real. I swear to you.
The ghosts show up.
Okay. 1 second.
So they do one old-timey game, usually with the minor leagues, but once a year, the major leagues will go to this field and will play a game in retro gear on the Field of Dreams.
Okay, so real quick. Is this based on a true story? Did somebody really build a Field of Dreams?
There really is a Field of Dreams. I swear.
They built it for the movie. They built it for the movie.
Was there an insane man who built this because he thought that there were like angels in the outfield?
No. They just built the field for the movie, like, and they kept it up because they built it for the movie, and then they had to go there because of the movie.
Yeah.
So let's talk about real ghosts, Drew, because my idea is in a couple of months possibly going to around where Brandy actually lives at, and I'm gonna go stay the night at the Lizzie Borden house because she lives down the street from the house.
God,
you know Lizzie Borden, we've tried to do a full mix of her, but she really deserves her own like feminist Barbie. I think they did one with Christina Ricci a couple years ago. Lizzie Borden, like she just got fed up. She just had enough. Like I'd probably, if I was living during that time period, I would be the Lizzie Borden if I could have upper arm strength.
I'm not staying at that house, just so you know, Justin.
Also, the name
staying by yourself.
This is called horror movie.
Yeah.
Slay Queen.
Slay Queen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bed and breakfast now. They bring you like breakfast in the morning.
I am not staying in the Lizzie Borden house. You can stay by yourself. I see that place enough, and I'm not going in it.
I stayed in the Queen Elizabeth ship once, or what is it called? The St. Anne's? Queen Mary, yeah, Queen Mary. That's a cool thing you can do on. You can do in here. You can stay in like that haunted ship. It's like and then every Halloween they have like a Rob Zombie level. I'm serious, like outside the ship, and then you go inside the ship, but it's like Rob Zombie themed, like horror, like straight up like House of a Thousand Corpses, like that weird aesthetic.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're like hardcore, like rock and roll, but they're also like.
And like does this make it better?
It does kind of make it better. And there's like little haunted places you can walk in and out, but there's also people doing like magic tricks, like, and it's like I don't know, it's got this weird carny vibe, but like specifically Rob Zombie carny vibe. Let's see if I can pull up a picture.
I want to go stay in the Outlook Hotel. You know, the hotel, the Shining.
The Overlook. It's the
Overlook. Yeah, the Overlook.
But isn't that a real hotel in Colorado?
It's a real hotel in Colorado.
Yeah, but it's not
called the exterior because the interior is impossible. It's a literally impossible space.
Star Drew, I am also not going to the Overlook Hotel. I've been there. I don't need to go back.
Why have you been here?
No, let's go.
It's the second hotel based on, but not the one where they shot it.
You're going alone.
Well, wait. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, Rob Zombie. No, Queen Mary. Halloween. I want to show you guys.
So the real hotel is the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado.
Yep. Yeah. In Colorado.
The one that's based on, or the one they shot it at?
Both.
No, the one they based it on is not the one that it was shot at. The one they based it on.
It's the one they shot it at is the one in Colorado.
The story goes is that King actually stayed there during the winter, not long, but he stayed there during the winter one time. And he got the idea for the story and loved it so much, he based all of it off of it. Kubrick filmed it there, and I think they used the exteriors for the remake as well.
You mean the one with?
Oh, that's one of the coolest shots. The
do you mean the remake, or do you mean the sequel? Like Dr.
The sequel. He's talking about the sequel.
The remake. The remake. That
the TV remake with Steven Weber. Yeah.
They also did it with Dr. Sleep, though, man. That's the coolest shot, though. Is like the Shining's like in the morning, where the car's driving up to the hotel, and they did it almost shot for shot, but it was at nighttime.
Look, it's Nick Flanagan, man. You can't fuck it up.
So no joke. September 1974, Stephen King and his wife spent the night at the Stanley Hotel, ironically in room 217, and were the only guests on the property.
Is it ironic if he wrote that book later? Like, it's not ironic. It's just it's a natural progression of he stayed in that room, so therefore he wrote it into the
He had a nightmare about his 3-year-old son running and screaming through the hotels because he was being chased by a fire hose, woke up sweating all over, and started writing the premise of the book that night.
Right.
Well, I mean, almost every one of his books are based on nightmares.
He does not remember doing that. If you read his book on writing, he does not remember. He woke up sweating and screaming because he was like literally coming out of delirium tremors or whatever it's called. Like he was getting all the cocaine and drugs out of his body, and he does not remember writing the beginning of The Shining.
Wow. This whole place though has like a really fascinating history. It was originally constructed in 1903 as a place to put TB patients.
Yeah, a lot of really cool buildings are actually former sanitariums because they were just constructed very that's where rich people wanted to put their relatives they didn't want to have to deal with anymore. So they're all very nice buildings. So this is the Rob Zombie Halloween ship experience. Let's see, this guy, I think this guy's like the host or something. Let's see, we got, here's like their thing, and you can go ride their Ferris wheels. Hold on, let's see. Their Ferris wheels are weird. There we go. Share the screen. There you go. And that's near a ship, and the ship is haunted or something. But it's actually cool. They take like the bottom part of the ship, like the part where you'd stay if you were Fat Fabrizio in Titanic, and they actually turn it into like a ghost walk. What they call those, like walkthrough experiences, where like things pop out and stuff. And I'm like, can you do that? The ship might sink. If you scare somebody too hard, they could like break a pipe or hit an iceberg.
Oh, okay. The exteriors of the film that Kubrick did was the Timberline Lodge in Mount Hood, Oregon. King was against that highly, so made sure that in the remake they used the actual hotel.
Chris, I wasn't going to correct you, but like, yes, King hated the Kubrick version so much because specifically because he didn't add in the hose part or the topiaries, or he shot at the wrong hotel, and he thought that Jack Nicholson started out too crazy. He didn't start out like sane enough for the character.
I would stay at that hotel.
I mean, Jack Nicholson is crazy, so like, I mean,
he just like he thought it was bad casting because he thought like he should have been like more like a baseline normal turning crazy instead of just like a crazy dude. Yeah. You know?
Wow, the crazy guy.
I'm just saying I'd stay there. I would absolutely stay there without question.
I mean, sure.
Bring the wife too. Tell her, hey, honey, I got a weekend at a great resort in Colorado. You're gonna.
And she'll be like, I'm tired, and you're like, we're all tired here, Shelley.
We all float down here. Oh wait, that's a different movie. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh man, now I just want to go watch this Stephen King miniseries of The Shining. Like I really do. I was doing this for a while where we watched Rose Red and then we watched Newsies, but me and Jake, not Yakavetta, but Jake from work, Jake Curry, were like, he was like, oh, I just watched Rose Red too, which is like this 90s really shit Stephen King miniseries on ABC or CBS or something. But like has like a totally stacked cast of like Jimmy Simpson and like that guy from like the guy who runs Hooli in Silicon Valley.
That one that died.
And the guy who plays the warden in Newsies. Yeah. Anyway, it's totally stacked cast and it's amazingly bad. But there was a ton of those miniseries in the 90s of like Stephen King stories that they were trying to adapt. Rose Red, The Shining, Langoliers. And I just want to go through them all. Like there was a ton. Oh God, Hearts of Atlantis. No, that was an actual movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
they
that
did
was a movie.
It wasn't a great one.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Did they ever make one that was like the revolution? It was Resolution, and then there was another one that was like the companion one to it with the guy who gets, you know, this cop. He's like an evil cop monster.
Yeah, you're talking about crap. Well, I can't. So he did two books that was kind of connected, but one was done under his pen name and one was done under Stephen King.
Resolution, I think, was the name of the town. So I think that's the name of, and that's funny enough. That's the name of the first a Benson Moorhead movie is Resolution, and it's a companion piece film. Yeah. That's funny. I wonder if that's on purpose.
The crazy part to me is like the things that Stephen King's wrote that people don't actually recognize that he wrote, like
Shawshank
Redemption, Stand By Me,
like anything that's not scary.
He wrote The Green Mile,
Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, I think that has to do with Lawnmower Man. He wrote a lot of stuff. Like Stand By Me would be like a good one. It's anything that's like not a lot of his stuff is like also like kind of like Ian Fleming or Roald Dahl. It's like the short stories, the concept in his short stories like live on. Like so like, you know, like nobody remembers the Roald Dahl as the guy who wrote the story about the guy who has to flick a lighter 5 times in a row and he wins a car, and if not, they cut off the pinky.
Running Man. There's another one I forgot about. Running Man. That's his too.
Yeah.
But see, that was actually written up underneath his like his other name, like is it
Richard Bachman.
Richard Bachman is his name that he.
Is that the one you made us watch, Justin?
Well, that movie is not really based. It's sort of loosely based on The Running Man, but it's like the actual story is way different.
The one they've never adapted that I've always really wanted to see them do, even as a short, is the one that's from Nightmares and Dreamscapes called "You Know They Got a Hell of a Band," and it's the one where this couple is like on a road trip and they get like they find a
they stop at a diner.
Yeah, they stop at a diner and they're like, this waitress looks really familiar, and oh God, so does like the guy like serving the food, and so does like everyone walking in, and they realize it's like it's what's her name and Billie Holiday, not Billie Holiday, what's his name? Billy, it's all famous musicians, basically. No, it's the just another piece of my heart now, baby.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin is their server.
Very close to Billy.
Buddy Holly, and then they realize that the mayor is like Elvis, and that they are stuck in a town of ghost musicians that force the humans that they entrap there to listen to their music every night in an endless concert. Yeah, it lasts forever. And they're like in hell.
Yeah, my favorite book that he wrote it as Richard Bachman was The Long Walk.
I love The Long Walk.
I think they can make that into a movie. It's basically suspense throughout the whole time.
The Long Walk is that the one on the ledge, or is The Long Walk the one where they're actually just walking and they're
they're walking? It's like kids and they're trying to earn money for like their sick parents and stuff in the future.
It's Squid Games, but without.
But they have to walk at a certain pace, so it's not like you can walk at any pace. You got to walk at
you have to walk at 4 miles an hour, doing a trail of tears basically across America, and they just make you walk for the entire time. But like if you stop walking, you get shot.
So there's like hundreds of kids in this thing, and they're trying to earn money. But if you go below the threshold 3 times, You get there. There's like soldiers that are walking with you or riding in the vehicles, and they shoot them. They shoot them dead. They shoot them dead as soon as they hit the third warning.
It's like a Squid Game, but it's like the world's most like it's in retrospect, it's like the world's tamest version of Squid Game because it's like basically power jogging Squid Game.
Yeah,
like all you do is just kind of like keep up the pace, and everyone just goes in a straight line.
It follows Squid Game.
It follows Squid Game. People don't remember that he did Christine or The Dead Zone or the one about the guy on the ledge. That's like another famous story.
The Dead Zone is that King or is that Crichton?
Yeah. Nope, it's King.
Gerald's Game.
Gerald's Game, great, yeah, because it's Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
That's why that book. Literally, I read that book. I was like a teen. I became a Stephen King fan when I was like pretty young, 12, 13, 14 years old. I read like Gerald's Game. That's the reason why I'll never get handcuffed to a bedpost. It's not happening.
Oh yeah, don't ever let someone do that shit to you. You've seen the movie, right? The Netflix movie by
yeah, I actually thought it wasn't bad at all. I thought it wasn't bad at all.
No, it's by the guy who did Haunting a Hill House and who did the sequel, Midnight Mass. But also Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
He's great.
Do the new Dark Tower.
Yeah. Wait, he's doing Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, please let's not touch that. Let's just leave that where it lay. Yeah, let's really leave that just let that one die off. Some things were never made to be adapted, but there's so many like he's like
sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes dead is again. Pet Cemetery spelled wrong. That's one of his. There's so many short stories though. He's like Philip K. Dick or like Harlan Ellison, where so many short stories of his like are like in the public like consciousness or like in the creative commons of like people's brains. They don't realize it's a King story, like the one about the guy who's cheating on.
I mean, Nightmares and Dreamscapes.
Nightmares and Dreamscapes. So I think that's the one with the guy who like is a tennis instructor and he's having an affair with this guy's wife, this really rich guy's wife, and he gets called up to their the building where he thinks he's about to like run away with her, and instead it's the rich guy, and he like has a gun on him, and he's like, go out on the ledge, and they're on this really high rise, and he's like, okay, like I needed you to crawl around the entire building, like just on the ledge of this, like this very tall ledge. The entire book is just like him having to do that, and like feel like, he heard the wife, he murdered the wife.
Insomnia, Secret Window, Secret Garden.
Yeah, I don't care. What did you say? Insomnia,
Secret Window.
Secret Window. Oh my God, the John Turturro classic.
All clues into his psyche as a serial killer.
No,
according to Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh, according to Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a good movie, guys. Check out Anatomy of a Fall.
That was great.
That was great. 4 Past Until Midnight was another great one because that has his Langoliers, which was my first Stephen King. That's the first thing I saw that on TV, and I was like, I guess I like this guy. What else has he done? So that was my intro to Stephen King. Was like maybe the worst Stephen King story of all time.
It's not the story. I mean, the story is okay. It's that
crazy.
That version is awful.
I think again, like it's just a thing of the 90s. Like maybe it wasn't even that bad. The concept of the story is very like. It's almost like Doctor Who or like a Marvel like multiverse. It's like you go back in time, but time is flat in the past and it's being eaten by these like time monsters. And you have to, and like lighters don't light and like gas doesn't work and you have to get out of the past by driving through the Aurora Borealis.
Very similar concept to like Weeping Angels and Doctor Who.
Kind of, except they'll just eat you. Like once you're in the past, like the past isn't full of people. The past is empty and dead and like there's nothing there. And that's why
the Regulators is the movie you were talking about.
Regulators.
With the cop that turns.
There we go. What was the sequel to or the companion one?
That's the one I can't remember off the top of my head.
Regulators. That's right. Because like the cop is good in that one, and then he's like the bad guy. Tack. He's like the bad thing called Tack in the companion piece. It's like takes place in alternate universes where like
also a song by Nate Dogg apparently.
Yes. Regulators, and then what was Desperation?
Regulators mount up.
Yeah.
Desperation was the name of the other book because that's the name of the town they're from. Yeah. We bought my dad this really cool poster. I wonder if I can find a picture of it that is like basically all the Stephen King short stories and books and whatever, but it's in one poster and it's almost like a find the picture. Like it's a giant, like
it's just like all like little like characters and elements from like Stephen King stories, and you just got like oh, there's Christine, there's like
there's a town
balloon, and there's like
there's Elvis, like but it's every single Stephen King story ever in like one painting. And you have to
I like the short story he did called like I think it was Dylan's Cadillac.
Oh, is that the one where he buries the car?
Yeah.
The car? Yep.
Like the whole movie, or not movie, it's just they made a movie out of it, but it's basically this guy that like is trying to get revenge because this guy that's like real rich, that's like a big mobster or something like that, mobster in like Las Vegas or something like that. I think may have did something to his wife or something like that.
And so he becomes he goes out and works on the highway for a couple of years or something.
Yeah, the whole story is him like building up resistance, going out and working on a highway because he was like a weak teacher that like didn't have a lot of strength, but he goes out there, does all that, learns how to do all that stuff on the road just to make a trap for this guy.
Yeah, so basically he can trap the guy in like wet cement and the car will go in, and then he can trap the guy underneath the wet cement of the road. Yeah. But he like gets himself all jacked and stuff. This is a picture, by the way, that I got my dad. Looks like a harmonious Bosch, but if you check out, like, there's every like element of this is a different Stephen King story. I don't even think this is the whole picture. It doesn't look like the
whole might cut off a little bit on the sides.
Yeah, cut out a little bit on the sides and bottoms, but like, cause I remember this thing goes all the way down.
Yeah,
we didn't even say Salem's Lot.
Yeah, Salem's Lot. See this topiary thing right here? This is from The Shining. That's Cujo. Like the topiary thing. Where's Cujo?
Cujo is the big dog on top of the car. Christine is the car.
I don't think the car's Christine. Isn't the car the other?
Haha, that's reference to his.
So are these just the films or the actual? Books?
These are the short stories. You can see because you can see all the short story things here.
It's like everything. It's like
there's
books and short stories and everything.
Yes. So like that is what's her name from Misery?
Yeah.
There's Pennywise talking to the kid.
Sandworm from Dune.
The Sandworm from Dune. Shut up. This is Rita Wilson's poster from Shawshank right there.
Yeah.
There you got the chattering teeth.
Top poster, not.
There's the
plane is the Langoliers.
The plane is Langoliers. The guy
Maximum Overdrive.
The story I was just telling
you.
There's
the Dark Tower.
Yeah, the Maximum Overdrive right there.
Maximum Overdrive. I think the alien is from the Tommyknockers, which is actually my favorite Stephen King book.
I think the Dark Tower right there in the background is from It.
Arcee Lannis' playing card. The frogs. I don't remember a frog.
Shoot! What is the name of Salem's Lot?
What?
On top of the gazebo.
That's yeah. The concert tonight is the one with this one is not Salem's Lot. This because they didn't have planes in Salem's Lot. The one from this one is a short story about a kid who gets kidnapped by these two guys who are going to like sell him to some like slavery ring. But he keeps saying, "My grandpa's going to come to get you. My grandpa's going to come to get you." And they're like, "Whatever, shut up, kids." And then something lands on the hood of the car, and the grandpa's like a giant bat creature.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Because it does look like a vampire.
He's like,
yeah, but they don't have wings in Salem's Lot. They're just like Nosferatus.
Yeah, that big squiddy thing in the back is the mist.
Oh, that's a mist.
Oh, the finger is that long finger next to the chattering teeth is actually like a short story.
Finger. Yeah, that's
about
from
the finger coming out of the sink. Like from the craziest.
Crawling finger, I think it's called, and then the chattering teeth. That's all from Nightmares and Dreamscapes. I don't know what Esso is. The gas station. I don't know. Esso. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, the big creature in the background is the mist.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the mist. See this thing in the background. Like I wish they showed the whole picture, but the Children of Corn. That's in the back.
You wrote that?
He wrote Children of Corn. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Who's the big ass bear?
The big ass bear is big ass bear from.
So okay, it's a really obscure one. Esso is originally Stephen King the publisher. Excuse me, the publisher wanted to call it Esso, which in Spanish literally translates to it, but it's also the name of a gas station, so they couldn't do it. But that's what Stephen King wanted to originally name it.
Oh, but like there must be something else with it, like how Captain Trips is like actually its own short story before it was ever The Stand. Like they have he has a short story, so he must have had a short story somewhere where he calls it SO. Like that's like the concept of it.
That's possible.
He has a lot of things that like relates to. He's got like the certain books that are based in like Bangor.
Like Bangor, Maine. Oh yeah, well it's like Dairy.
Maine is I would say a good. At least half of his stuff is based in Maine.
Oh, honey, it's like 90% of his work is based in Maine.
Needful Things.
Let's be conservative, okay?
Needful Things is another one of those movies you're talking about that they made for TV.
The Shawshank stuff is all like the town that Shawshank is in is what's it called? They made a TV show about it. It's
in Maine. Mm-hmm.
No, but the name of the town it's the one from Needful Things. It's the name of the miniseries TV show that they had. I forget the name of it. But it's a very famous town. If you heard the name, you'd be like, oh, that one. Shawshank is in. It's like Castle Rock. Castle Rock. That's
Rock,
Castle Rock Entertainment. Castle Rock is the name where a bunch of his towns take things go in, and when they're in the Tommyknockers, which is technically my favorite Stephen King book, they drive through Derry, Maine, which is made up town, and they see like Pennywise the clown, and they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?" And in his son's book, because Joe Hill is like another horror writer who is his son and does a lot of cool stuff. Like he'll have his dad's characters like pop up intermittently in the background. So like in Nosferatu, because it's a license plate, they like see Pennywise. Pretty cool. Pretty nerdy. Adelia, enjoying any of this?
No, I am. I'm just also really tired. It's midnight here, so I think we should probably start to wrap this up because I have to get up very early in the morning because my family's here. Little kids are not going to let me sleep in. So,
and this has nothing to do with the fact that like I just went off on a 20-minute tangent.
No.
Okay.
No, I enjoyed it.
As we wrap this up, I just wanted to ask everybody your favorite moment from 2023.
Oh, I know when mine was. It's like when I got to hire Adelia. It was like the best moment of my life. It was like something I'd wanted to do for years. It's just like,
wow.
Like work with Adelia, and like when they offered me something like somebody to help me do my job, I was like, oh, there's like really only one person, and like it took a lot of work to figure out how to like do the logistics of it, and it just was like the best feeling in the world to be able to finally work with you, and it's like even better than I thought it would be.
Just to clear things up, I was like a close second, right?
Yeah. You were the second choice I was going to have.
Thank you.
That's not true. It's me.
When Adelia, Justin, then the Pikachu with a weird hat on that they're giving out for the holidays from Pokemon Go.
They always have it. They always have him with different hats.
Yeah, and it's ChatGPT, and then it's Grok, and then it's Adelia. It's been wonderful, and I love working with you. And you were so patient and so lovely, and so thank you.
Well, thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. And working at Passion Fruit is definitely my favorite moment of the year because it's just been so rewarding getting to take all of this stuff that I've been trying to help do, as little as I can to help creators and things like that and help you out all the time and stuff over the last few years and actually get to do it as a job is kind of surreal to me every day. So
we've got so many, no problem. I mean, we have so many cool things coming up with just like, getting creators to like fucking just make sure that like things are protected and it runs differently. Like, let's say the Schmodown never comes back, that like things happen differently because like people understand themselves and the power they have as creators. And like, it's like mind blowing when you think about like the scale of this thing that it could possibly have. Oh, my sleepy puppies. Yeah. But someone else go. I don't want to just keep talking about this cool project that me and Adelia are doing.
Chris, what about you?
I have taken on a new challenge this year, being a speech and debate coach. I've never taught it, and it's very challenging. You know, you're dealing with a lot of very A personality kids, and they know that I've never taught this before. But I think when my kids started winning tournaments, like
that feels so good.
Aww.
No, keep going. I just wanted to show you.
I felt, so proud to be a part of that process. You know what? I think for me, being able to be a teacher, that means so much, to me. And I can't really pick out one moment because there are always little moments. Like, no names, but I had a student who was on the spectrum like me, and he refused to do anything. Couldn't get him to do anything. S student all the way, and we just kept pushing him. And one day, he argued with me in the middle of class why Naruto would lose to Goku in a fight. And I let him go for 5 minutes. You know what? Yeah. He spoke out in class in front of everybody.
Oh, wow, Chris, that's amazing.
But that opened a door. And, I got him to stand in front of the class and read Hamlet to everybody.
Wait, the entire thing?
Not the entire thing. The to be or not to be speech.
Oh, cool.
But I got him to do it. That wasn't the point. I helped him overcome a challenge. I reached a student. That's makes amazing. All the difference in the world. I don't know what's going to happen to that kid, but for that brief moment, I felt like I reached him.
You did. You made a difference in that kid's life, Chris, and that's what being a teacher always is. We're asking about favorite 2023 moments.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. Nothing with Drew, for sure.
Wow. She didn't mention you one time, Eric. She didn't mention you once.
He's part of the larger thing.
Good to know. Good to know. I know where the level is.
She's like, I hired you.
It's funny because I think my initial thought, my first thought was also crossing the streams. That was
crossing the streams.
I think that was like, that was just like such a great moment for me, and I think that's just like such a good like first step towards like what I kind of really want to do, like with like the space and like the work that we're doing is like bringing people together and like having this sort of like forum for people to talk to one another. Otherwise, like they can't really do that themselves.
If you guys haven't checked it out, the Passion Fruit YouTube page, Eric hosts a show called Reactorverse.
Yeah.
And then he did one with a bunch of different reactors all reacting to the Attack on Titan finale, and he's going to do an upcoming one about Doctor Who.
Yeah. Scoop. Next episode is good. We're going to be recording it on the 6th. We'll be airing it the following Monday. That's going to be a review of Doctor Who and the recent specials from this month.
Can you reveal any of the participants?
Sure. Yeah, it'll like locked in so far. We have my friend Jessica for Seska Says. We have Late to the Party, who's going to be there. Liam Catterson, he's a UK reactor. Previewed, who you might have saw play Late to the Party on Solo the Score. Like
those two, the ones from the J2O video.
Yeah,
I like them.
And my friend Fail Whale 34.
Yeah.
And one other person that we're waiting on for confirmation. Best looking.
All right, Eric, I'll do it. I'll announce it publicly. Thank you so much.
No, but that was just like such a great first step. Yeah, like I said, first step towards like this whole thing, and like it was like a super fun event to like do and just get in the books.
Yeah.
It's great. I love the Reactiverse podcast. I keep telling people about it, so
I'm really excited
to check it out.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to do like have other people do like the deep linkers one too, though, because like people have gotten really excited. Like Lon wants to do somebody that he's like obsessed with on YouTube, like interviewing people who just are like in these esoteric YouTube spaces doing video essays. Yeah, there's like a bunch of people I want to do. Defunctland, Jenny Nicholson, with some more news. This guy, Coffeezilla.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, Coffeezilla.
Justin?
All right. Justin, your turn.
I'm going to let Brandy go because I'm not feeling well, and ours is going to be the same thing. So.
Okay. Brandy.
Getting engaged to Justin.
The what?
Congratulations. Thank you. Getting to go to Arizona and seeing everybody and having that special moment with everybody definitely is my favorite moment. Even though I cried like a baby, but it's my favorite.
Yeah. It's a very special moment.
Justin.
I mean, it's the same thing. Obviously, I'm the one that did it, so
you could say how you did
it's
it.
Gotta be pretty big.
Preparing it and keeping it a secret, and then Adelia didn't even know, and then we almost got it spoiled.
Yeah.
You telling Adelia, shh. Quiet.
Nobody told me ahead of time.
Yeah.
Justin
Ferris being a dumbass.
Wait,
That was funny though. Like,
wait, Jeremy Miller, are you saying your favorite part of 2023 was Josh Horowitz's podcast blowing up, or are you saying that it's blowing up right now because there's like some drama, like like some fucking thing where Scorsese said or something?
Did someone mention it a second ago?
No, we weren't mentioning it.
He's just saying it.
No, he's just saying it.
It's like his favorite part of 2023. It is a really cool thing. His new one that's like where people, it's like a director's commentary.
Yeah, it's like a reaction commentary type thing.
We should get him to do something with us. Yeah, we should talk to him because I realized I have his phone number from when I interviewed him for when he interviewed me for a job back in 2008. Yep.
I should have thrown a curveball at Justin. What's your favorite thing? Seeing my nieces.
I'll tell you my second favorite thing after working at Passion Fruit is the fact that Brandy and I kicked all the guys' asses in the LGRN Patreon Fantasy Football League and made the final, which is going down this weekend. So
and we didn't know what we were doing.
No, we had no idea
what we were doing. 14 of us in this league and 2 women, and the 2 women are in the finals.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I didn't even want to do it. Like I had to back out. I had to back out at the last minute, and so they were like, "Brandy will do it," and now.
It wasn't asked. Adelia, I was at work and I had Adelia and somebody else was on. Was it Ryan? I think you were telling Ryan. And I just hear Adelia say she has no idea, but she's doing it anyway. And I'm like, who? And she goes, you. I was like, what am I doing?
It's been a lot of fun though.
Yeah. So Chris, this could have been you.
It could have been me, but it
could have been you.
I never would have picked who you picked. It's not that your choices are bad. I wouldn't have picked them.
Listen, my whole team, they all got hurt except the defense. And I still don't know how I got into this. I still don't know how we got into the final. But me and Adelia were kind of manifesting like, oh, it'd be so awesome if the girls are. And I'm like, yeah, it would be, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. And then I beat ASG, and I was like, holy crap, I'm never gonna beat Ferris. I beat Ferris, not even just a little bit, like a lot.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I took out Greg, the defending champ, in semifinals. So that was our Christmas present from football. Was we made the final, and now on New Year's Eve we'll find out who wins.
I have no hopes for me because I'm losing people left and right. So I just told Adelia, congratulations, because I don't even care who wins.
You can't say that yet. You said the same thing about your matchup with Ferris, and you won that one. So
no, I just I'm losing people still. Russell Wilson is out. I'm I don't have him.
Trevor Lawrence is out.
You still have all good people. I have people out.
You have good people too, Brandy. You have good people too. Jeremy Miller has clarified that he means in numbers. Josh Horowitz's podcast is.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, I was just Googling to see if there's any news. Apparently, the recent news is Gary Oldman thinks his performance in Harry Potter was mid. He
He's so hard on himself, man.
He was literally if I had read the books like Alan Rickman had, maybe I would have given a shit, but I didn't know.
I love him as serious.
I love him too. Look, I think he's great, but I remember him saying recently on somebody else's podcast that that and Jim Gordon are just what got him home in time to hang out with his kids. He just coasted. He had senioritis for those two series. He just phoned it in, but I think he was great in them.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll even argue that if he had tried harder, it would have been worse. If he had done Sirius Black up more, it would have been a worse film for it, because I think he plays it really good and it's kind of subtle. And then his death is so meaningful and heartfelt. But anyway, yeah. Good for, and I really, guys, check out, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Drew.
I was gonna say, everyone check out his new podcast. I forget the name of it, where he basically just does movie comment. He just does a reactor thing where he sits down and him and a director of a movie will sit down and watch an entire film, and they'll just talk over the scenes. It's really cool. What's the name of that podcast?
Oh, Josh Horowitz?
Yeah, Josh Horowitz's new show. It's like a show now podcast, but
yeah.
What's the name of it?
Podcast.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
And does anybody have anything they're looking forward to in 2024?
Yeah. Tons of stuff, really building out this community space and giving creators some. I know it sounds like a cheesy line that I'm saying, but I really give a shit about this.
Yeah. It's all work related, but it's also stuff that's we're very passionate about. And it's grateful to have the ability to mix with that kind of work with passion.
Yeah, passion fruit.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to meet some of these creators, to actually establish connections. Nightmind has been such a huge influence on my life, such a big influence on what made VideoDrew, and finally getting to talk to him and interview him for an hour and a half and having him ask me about the VideoDrew character, because he had watched the Schmodown, and now we talk every day about the Discord and how to build things out, because he's so community focused. It's just such a good feeling. So I'm really excited to work with him.
Yeah.
and a bunch of other people. What? Tulpa.
What was that?
Sammy hit the door stopper thing. The boing.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard that.
Sound is weird because like it sounded like a motorcycle revving up.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you?
I'm just gonna be happy to be done with my credential classes. Hopefully everything will be finished this year. I get to take 1 year off and then go finish my master's. So it'll be nice to at least be done with all the stuff the state requires.
Yeah. Eric, what about you? Anything in particular not related to passion fruit?
Yeah. Trying to think of like, what's on the horizon in the world and such.
Yeah, that's even like positive.
Yeah, positive. Even like entertainment wise, it's like
and we're season 2.
Well, that got pushed back.
Oh fuck me!
Because of the rush.
Yeah.
Next year. So I'm trying to think of like what's even like on the docket now of like what's coming out next year.
We should get another puppy.
No, that's not.
No.
Yeah. We want a puppy. What if, because this one's busy licking me, so we need another.
That was a great reaction, Eric.
You guys just do that? He was just like, no. No. But then when we got the one dog, we were just supposed to get Sammy, and then he saw a Facebook post from the same owner being like, nobody wants me, and it was a picture of Tulpa, and he just goes, oh, well, we got to get this one. Like, he's like, no one wants her. Like, that's so sad. And then we show up at the person's house.
Keep showing you more and more pictures, Eric. It's like, you want this one?
I know. And then by the time we arrived at the house, the woman's trying to pawn off Sammy's sister with like a broken leg and like a real personality disorder, like a real some real anger issues. And Eric's like, oh, we can take 3 dogs, right? And I'm like, no, Eric, like, let's go home and talk about this. We're not gonna take 3 dogs. So I know 3 dogs is possible. I know there's potential for 3 dogs.
Yeah.
You could have a human puppy.
What?
A human puppy? No.
You could have a kid? I mean, yeah. I guess. Maybe.
Yes.
A human puppy. I've never called them human puppies, but
I think you get your children taken away if you call them human puppies.
I don't know. They all do the same thing. They eat, they drool, they poop. There's not a lot of differences there.
Huh. Interesting.
I have teenagers. They're irritating me. What does that tell you?
It's funny. Our roommate's mom stops by sometimes, and she gets a bunch of different puppies, and she's like, when she say recently, she's like, if I could do it all again, she's like, I wouldn't have the kids.
Yeah.
She's like the dogs are so much better.
She's like, I love my boys, but dogs are a lot better.
Yeah. It's like teacup versions of the dogs.
Justin, what about you? Something you're looking forward to in 2024?
Man, it's not. I mean, I haven't really been. I haven't really thought about it too much. I mean, I'm going to see Brandy some point this year.
There you go.
Other than that, I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm at the age now.
Yeah.
It's like,
aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another year,
I'm
another day.
Yeah.
I'm trying to win this Starbucks for Life sweepstakes. Let's see if
My whole goal is being a dad, and my son will officially become an adult, not this coming up year, but the next year. So
how's that feel?
It feels like I'm in the Game of Thrones and I'm on the wall.
Oh no!
I'm almost at the spot where I can say my watch is over.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Wow,
My watch
that's heavy,
is over.
man. That's heavy. Didn't they only say that when they die? Isn't it like a lifelong sentence?
Yeah.
I don't think they ever say now my watch is over. It's now his watch is over.
Now the watch has ended.
I mean, Johnny gets to say it when he dies and comes back.
Yeah, he doesn't get to say it to himself.
He does. He quits because he's like, I died. Technically, I'm done.
Okay, whatever. We'll discuss this later.
Brandy, what about you?
I'm just looking forward to more happy moments. Just making more happy memories with everybody.
What about you, Adelia? Oh, you're working with me. Just kidding.
I am looking forward to going to visit Drew and Eric in February, actually.
Dude!
Surprise, I'm coming too! No, I'm kidding.
We're gonna Pokemon so hard.
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna have
You
a lot
don't
of
even
fun.
know how jealous I am that you go into Pokemon. Like, you don't even realize it.
I mean, you know how jealous I've been that everyone else got a Pokemon and I didn't get any. I was like, why aren't they coming to Los Angeles? It's like so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm so excited to go.
Yo,
do
I
it.
ain't gonna lie to you. LA was kind of garbage. Like, I had
LA is
fun.
really
I had
garbage.
fun being there with the people I was hanging out with, going and visiting y'all's place, for instance, and Mark Riley's.
Oh, it can be garbage. It's a totally
bragging.
garbage place.
Quit
We just
bragging.
stayed in
But
the house basically.
those were nice places, and like I said, I had a great time with the people I was hanging out with. But God, dog, LA sucked.
Yeah, man.
I went to Hollywood Boulevard because I'm like, man, I love movies.
Don't do that.
This is where like all the like cool movie stars come
No,
to do
no.
whatever, and then it ruined it. It ruined it.
Times Square. It's like where you see all like the guys dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow. Like,
Look,
no,
man,
of course.
I got to see like a Hollywood star of some famous like actor or something like that I know, and it was like really super cool, and right next to it was a turd, and it ain't even a dog turd, it was a human turd. Like, this is nasty.
It's gross. I mean, but that's just like that one person. We live in downtown beautiful Burbank. Like, it's really cool.
Actually, one of the true crime things that I was talking about, some stuff happened in Burbank.
Oh, show me. I mean,
it was either the Hillside Stranglers or the
no, Hillside Stranglers of Seattle.
No, they were around that area. There was another one though that was called the Sunset Boulevard Killers.
Yeah, I mean, but the
they were
Hillside
super crazy. But
Seattle.
One of them actually killed some people in Burbank.
Really? Oh
yep.
man, that's fascinating. I love that. I love that true crime shit, man. You're right. It was Los Angeles. I could have sworn
No, because they were going on at the same time that these other people were there was another group. It was a woman that was the other group.
Ken and Barbie.
They were called no, not that group, but they were at the same time the Hillside Stranglers was happening. They were called the Sunset Strip Killers or something like that.
Gotcha.
And one of those two people like killed someone in Burbank. Like,
do you want to like go have a podcast about true crime? Because I feel like
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
But not
so that's what you're looking forward to for 2024, a podcast about true crime.
Like here's the concept of podcast. We don't study for it, and we just like find stuff out on Wikipedia as we just go along, like doing it like this. Oh yeah, shit, was it still said? Oh yeah, there was somebody else around that time. Yeah. Like, and then just reading, going, oh my god, did you hear they wrapped her up in masking tape and dumped the body? And it's just us being like freaking out.
The look on the lady's face that was living in the same apartment complex as Jeffrey Dahmer, and she was telling the people like, "Oh, he was a nice kid. Like, I even ate lunch, and he made me some sandwiches before." And then she realized there was like dead bodies inside his like refrigerator.
You know what? It's a good note to end it. It's a good note to end it on.
We're done. Okay. Thank you, Justin, Drew, and Eric, Brandy, Chris, Brennan, Jake, everybody for watching tonight. And Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year's. Go hang out with the toaster strudel mascot or whatever he is.
Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart.
How do you guys know? Is this like a famous thing now? Anyway, let's go. Bye.
Pop-Tart.